Hello, kings and queens. It's your girl, Wisdom's daughter. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. What's going on? Listen, I came in the room and I'm like, Lord, okay, then. Everybody here. I mean, everybody is here. Kinfolk, you already know what we're doing tonight. We're going to talk about some side chick shenanigans on this evening, all right? We got to get into these Shirley Strawberry calls about this truck, okay? Poor Shirley. She done told her man they took the truck and my ring, and all Nesto had to say was, wow. We're going to get into that call, and we're going to get into the very first call where we hear Sonia and Nesto talking, because now that we got some perspective, it is quite interesting. So before we do all of that, if you are new here, welcome. Make sure that you have hit the subscribe button so that you can get notified whenever we go live. Don't forget to hit that like button. And before we greet everybody in the room, let me just check and make sure that you guys can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat and let me know that the sound is good. And we're going to go ahead and get started, y'all. Let's do this. All right, Wisdom family. So on last night in the middle of the live, everything went out. And I mean everything. I was in total darkness for about 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. It was the longest 3 or 4 seconds of my life, and it was scary. Okay. I didn't know what was going on. I'm just sitting here in the dark, like, okay, then. Wow. Okay. I was giving you the Nesto wow. But I found out later that it was a brownout. And so it wasn't just my house or the subdivision, it was everyone within a 10-mile radius. So we were all in a chat on the neighborhood chat, like, did your lights go out? Did your lights go out? So I'm thankful that it was only 3 to 4 seconds for me. For some people, it was 5 minutes. And for one person, it was a whole hour. And so once the lights came back up, I had access to YouTube, but my internet connection was unstable. And StreamYard wasn't having none of that. Okay. They was like, get your life. Go run upstairs and fix that router. So this morning I took care of the router. I reset everything. So we are good to go. All right. We will finish reviewing that call on another night, because like I said, it's Friday. We get into some Friday shenanigans. All right. I was listening to these calls early and it was funny. All right. So let me just greet the first few people in the room. All right. So I got Listen to Me is in the building. What's going on, Queen? P is in the building. Shelmani is her. I got Zen Soul. She said, hey, WD in chat, changing. Oh, she said she's charging her phone right now. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and get that phone charged. Okay. Nesto Shackle Shuffle Walker Shame is in the building. Good evening, WD and fam. And shout out to all the Wisdom Ambassadors. All right. For those of you who are interested in becoming a member, I will be dropping the link later on in the chat. Andrea said, hello, everyone. I'm glad it's Friday. Child, me too. Friday couldn't come fast enough for me. Jamie Jam said, hey, Kia Elder in the building. I got June's poetry. I am Mrs. BB. Cross Country Cruiser in the building. She said, hi, Nola Brown, Angie B. The list goes on and on and on. All right, listen, Nubian Queen, I see you. The woman he chose, Juju. Sonia's boots is in the building. Sonia's boots. What color are the boots today? Are they pink? Are they pink boots today? I see Latoya. I see Ebony Woods. Beauty is her name. All right, everyone. Those of you, if I did not call your name, shout out to all of those of you who are in the bushes. Sorry that we had to start a little bit late today, because I had to take care of some mommy business with the young king, and I had to get some dinner, y'all. So I don't know what y'all have for dinner, but it was chicken gizzards and fried okra for tonight. Okay, so your girl had to get some food, because I be doing these lives for 2 hours, haven't eaten dinner, and by the 2-hour mark, my brain is fried. Okay, I can't even remember what the day is. Right, Aries Fire? I'll be looking at the screen like, what the comment say? I promise y'all, I have my new glasses in about a week. But anyway, what's for dinner, y'all? Throw it up in the chat. Let me know what y'all have for dinner. Traditionally, my family does not, we don't eat meat on Fridays. Traditionally, we will have like some type of fish. You know, I love me some catfish. I don't care what you said. Love me some catfish. Love me some perch. some porgy, some whitings, all right, some red snapper when I want to be fancy, okay? I love all of that, but it was chicken gizzards tonight. That's what I had a taste for. Now, let me tell y'all, the spot where I get the chicken gizzards, baby, I don't think I've ever ordered on a Friday around 7:30, but whatever cook they had, listen, that cook did the damn thing. I ordered my gizzards light seasoning and fried soft, and them gizzards were hitting. They made sure that they drained off the oil so they wasn't oily. Because I mean, literally, I eat them with my hands. My fingers were clean. It was good. Compliments to the chef over at River and Roost. All right. So the first call, we're going to look at a couple calls because some of them are short. All right. So the first call that we're going to get into tonight, let's see. Let's take a look at this 20-minute call. We're going to start with the call where we first get introduced to Boneytail, okay, to Sonya, the sister wife and side chick, okay? She want to be Nesto's wife so bad, all right? You giving him wife benefits, but you only a side chick. Don't do that, okay? Don't have a girlfriend or a side chick title and you giving them wife benefits. But anyway, so that's the first call we're going to get into. Then we're going to get into the call where Shirley talks about them taking her truck and her ring. And if we have time, we'll get into this last call. And this last call is the last one I definitely want to get to. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
No.
Give me a second. Let me get everything queued up. All right. I like this call because this is the first call where Shirley is actually asserting herself just a little bit, okay? Like this is probably one of the few times where she was acting like we would want Shirley Strawberry to act. Like she's calling Nesto out on his BS and all of that. Now, I don't know what happened after this call, but yeah. Okay, the woman he chose said we had KFC over here, finger looking good. Okay. I see a slow really said, hey, Wisdom's daughter in chat. What's going on? All right. And again, if you're new here, welcome. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and hit that like button. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers and we can't do it without you. All right. So without any further ado, here we go.
No. Listen.
Okay.
Come on now. You're doing too much.
Wow.
Okay.
Them titties already is ridiculous. Thank you for allowing me to be the first mother to touch them. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. But you're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm back with some crazy new information about Shirley Strawberry and her husband, Nesto. If you're unfamiliar with them, please go watch my first video that I dropped about 2 weeks ago. I do quickly want to apologize for my voice sounding like this. I'm just getting over a bout of laryngitis. Also, want to give a shout out to fellow YouTuber Love Lies and Lace Fronts. Without her recommendation, these videos would not exist. Go check out her channel and please give her a sub. Okay, so I just got a huge drop of calls from September 2022 until the end of February 2023. I'm in the process of listening to all of them now, but I wanted to share the first call between Shirley Strawberry and Nesto and a call between Nesto and that woman in Florida. Shirley and him speak about his new charges and how Shirley's daughter Sheridyn supposedly caused these new charges by talking to the cops. Shirley even says her daughter is in the wrong and was tricked by the cops. This call was made September 30th of last year, about 10 days after he was transferred to a new jail.
Hello?
Hello, sweetheart. How are you?
Oh, this is better. This is a way better jail. Not gonna lie to you. That's why I fuck with the crackers. They more organized, and yeah, this is way better. I could go outside by myself, and I can it's caged up, but I can at least see the sun. It's pretty outside. I ain't seen sun in 3 months.
I know. You told me that. That's crazy. Sheridan went down.
Sheridan, what?
She went down there.
For what?
To talk to him. I don't know what she said. I don't know.
Wow.
All right, let me just pause right here for a second and address a couple of things. So, first of all, we got a goal in the chat for $25 super chats for those of you who want to show extra support to the channel. But in this particular call, Shirley told Nesto that he's doing too much. If only she knew how much he was really doing. If only she knew how much he was really doing. All right, because A1 Sonya Durham was all up in the picture. We just didn't know. We didn't know at the time that she was in the picture, but she was definitely okay. There she go, all up in the picture. Anyway, Sheridan has gone down to the police station. All right, this is just a little bit of background. Sheridyn is Shirley Strawberry's daughter. Okay, she has gone down to the police station because they found documents in Nesto's truck with her name on it. Okay. And of course, you know, like any smart woman would, you're going to go down there to clear your name, right? I mean, we all would do that, right? So when she says she went down there, that's what they're referring to. Because it's been a while. This call is from September 30th of 2022. Okay.
Oh,
He did go down. Yeah. I didn't want to tell you. I don't know. I don't
that's
know.
where the other charges come from then.
Well, I'm just telling you what happened. She went down there. Listen. That's all I know. We'll talk about it when you get out.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll talk about it when you get out. But
he ain't getting out.
Yeah, that did happen, and it was about a month or so ago. She went down there.
That's why they put the charge. That's why they put the extra charges.
When the sheriff go down there. Yeah, it was about a month ago.
That's why they put the extra charges on my ass. It's something she done said stupid that she don't even know what she's talking about.
Yep.
Wow.
She didn't tell me she was going. She just went. Yeah.
Now, see, for me, that's when Shirley needed to stop right there and say, "What you say? Huh? What you say?" He just called her daughter stupid. He literally just called her daughter stupid. And she's going to proceed to say what she's about to say. Okay, I'm not going to give it away. Some of us have heard this call before, but as we find now that we know all that we know, like almost 3 years later, listening to these calls again, it's like a whole new perspective. You never, ever, ever let a man badmouth your children. Okay. I don't care how much money he got. I don't care how handsome he is. And this goes for the men, okay? Because there's a lot of kings up in here. Stop letting these women and these girlfriends and these side chicks talk bad about your picnics, okay? Your babies. No, we don't badmouth children. And the fact that she just let that slide says a lot. So this is one of the calls. I think someone put it in the chat. This was a call that made a lot of people upset because she allowed this man to talk bad about her child and did not come to her defense. So be prepared to be a little upset with Shirley. We love Shirley Strawberry, but not in this call right here. Just be prepared.
What kind of fucking shit is that?
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay then.
I wasn't trying to ruin. Hey, listen. I wasn't trying to ruin your day, honey. Okay.
Okay, honey. Okay. It wasn't. I wasn't trying to ruin your day or anything. It's just okay. Okay. No, Shirley, it's not okay. It's not okay. And then he's cussing like that about your child. You that desperate for a man? Shame on you, Shirley.
Wow.
I wasn't trying to ruin your day.
Wow. That girl hate me so fucking bad. That bad?
Okay. Wow. Don't let it ruin your day, okay? Please don't.
Wow. Okay. All right, then.
All right. Listen.
No, Shirley, check him. Wait a minute now. I know you're upset, but that's my daughter you talking about. Check him.
Yeah. So he knew it. So at least you got moved. At least it's 90 days. You're getting out. You deal with that when you get out or whatever. We'll deal with that when we get out. I'll put it like that.
Wow. And you ain't talked to her since then?
No. I don't know if she knows I know.
Wow.
Okay. All right. And I don't know what she said, but she was scared. She was scared or whatever, and nosy, and she wanted to know because they kept telling her, they have her name is on some documents, just like they told me.
Right.
Wait, listen, honey, just like they told me, and she was upset about all of that. And it's like, of course, your name is going to be on some stuff. You lived at our house. Your kids lived at our house. So
no, Shirley, that ain't how it go, boo-boo. So Sheridan found out that her name was on some documents. And these are documents to which she did not sign her name. Okay. So she went down there, to clear her name. And she was very upset. Shirley, on the other hand, well, of course your name is going to be on some documents. You lived in our house. Why would her name be on some documents that she didn't put there? Right? Her name wasn't on the lease. Hell, Nesto's name wasn't even on the doggone lease. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that Nesto's name was not on the lease? That Nesto went to an eviction hearing while Shirley was at the radio station, didn't know what was going on. We're assuming she did not know what her husband was up to. And I say that because she didn't even know that they were being evicted, child. She didn't find out until these jail calls. But anyway, well, no, she didn't find out. She found out after she was getting garnished. But anyway, he wasn't even on the lease, and he went to the eviction hearing with Erica King pretending to be his attorney. And they said, well, sir, who are you? He said, oh, I'm the husband. Well, why are you here? Because your name ain't even on this lease. We understand the lawyer is representing the tenant, but you ain't even supposed to be here. Talk about being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Anyway, she went down there. I don't know what she said. I don't know what was asked of her, but she doesn't understand that they were trying to trick her. She doesn't get that part of it. She just wanted to know what it was, and she was scared because I guess they kept calling her, And I asked them not to call her, but they called her because I stopped answering their calls. But then they called her and scared her, and she went down there.
Wow.
Because there's no telling what they said to her.
Shirley, she wasn't scared. Okay. Sheridan was not scared. Sheridan was standing on business. Okay. Sunflower babe TT said, how dare Sheridan be nosy about her name being on documents she didn't sign? The audacity of Sheridan. I know, right? How dare you go to the police done told you that your name is on some documents that might be connected to a crime. How dare you go down there and clear your name? No, you should have took one for the team. Right? Because what you want is for your daughter to be in a jail cell across the street from your husband, your scheming lying ass husband. Real VB, child, you ain't late. You ain't even got, you good right here. Maybe go back like 4 or 5 minutes, but now you good. We just started the call, and I'm cutting up with the shenanigans.
To get her down there, I mean, because I just thought, they just used some trickery, and she fell for it and went down there.
Wow.
Because she stop saying wow.
I mean, I'm just
wow. Everybody put up a wow in the chat. Give me a wow one good time. Wow. Yeah. Sheridan was not scared. Okay. Sheridan knew what she was doing. Make It Rain says, Shirley, they were conducting a criminal investigation. And they were calling everyone involved. Wow. She says, stop saying wow. So, you know what's funny? She didn't tell Nesto to stop talking bad about her baby, but she gonna tell Nesto to stop saying wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Shirley. That's why she ended up in this situation, turning a blinded eye. Okay. There is someone left a comment and was reminding, which we know, but Shirley she's old school. She's cut from that cloth. You stand by your man no matter what. Now, I know some women that was born around the same time Shirley was born, and they would have put a cast iron pot upside Nesto's big old head. Okay. Forget the docile wife. But Shirley was really, she really didn't want to see this for what it was. And it's evident in what she says next.
That's all I can say. I mean, it
I know. But what I'm saying that to say that, just put that up until you get out, okay? And then we'll deal with that, okay? Don't marinate on that. Don't fixate on that.
Wow.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It happened about a month ago. And people think just because you get arrested that you're guilty. They don't even consider that. Seriously.
Yeah, I haven't even been officially a charge. I haven't even been officially a charge.
Right, Shirley. He haven't even been officially charged, right? Because that's how you say it. I haven't even been officially charged, right? They didn't give me they didn't charge me yet. I didn't even get inundated, inundated, dieted. No, that's Shirley. Ebony Wood says Shirley was still de-whipped at this point. Nesto said, I have not even been officially charged. Mm, 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 mm. That's who she married.
Officially charged. I know, but what I'm saying.
No, that ain't what he said, though. He said officially charged. He have not been charged. That's what you marry. You are Shirley Strawberry of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. And you married a man that can't rub two sentences together. Okay? Can't articulate and probably can't even spell phonics. Okay? Fonix. Anyway.
Yes. What I'm saying is, people think just because you're arrested, you're guilty.
Wow.
So, yeah.
He is guilty, though.
Yeah, that's what the deal is with that.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. I know that. I know. Maybe I shouldn't have told you.
I would have found out anyway because the state.
I know you would have. I know you would have. I just told you because we were talking about that.
That's why.
And I thought about it.
Yeah, that's why they dropped the charge and came back with different shit. That's why, because they had a name on the document on the warrant, and the name was on the warrant. Like she was supposed to be somewhere, but she didn't know nothing about what nothing. They just used that to try to find what I had going on. I had shit going on. It's just amazing, but it's okay. It's all right.
I know.
Nesto said he didn't have nothing going on. If y'all were live with me last night, we went through all the charges. Okay, it took me about 5 or 10 minutes to just read the name of the charge and the date. Okay, it was so long that even if I had reduced the screen down to 10%, I still could not have gotten them all on one screen. Okay. Nesto said, I ain't done nothing. I ain't done nothing. Okay then. All right, Nesto. So you just sitting rotting in jail because you ain't done a damn thing. And they found all type of evidence. So who put Sheridan's name on them documents? How her name get on them documents? Shirley wasn't even a little bit curious about these documents. Not even a little bit curious, Country Cruiser. Like, okay, when you go down there, yeah, fine. I'm just curious. Like, you go down there and talk to them people, but find out what was your name on. See, can you get a copy? She was not even a little bit curious. Like, oh no, because that must have been when Nesto told her somebody's trying to frame you. I don't know if it was that other woman that's trying to. I guess she was talking about Erica King. Cross Country Cruiser says Shirley was blind, charged, really, Shirley, and not having your daughter's back. He is guilty and illiterate, allegedly. Cross Country Cruiser, he can't even say allegedly. He say allegedly. He can't say that. Just like he can't say charged. I haven't, and he said it was such conviction. I haven't even been officially charged. Thank you, Queen, so much for the super chat, and may your gift return back to you tenfold. All right.
But yeah, I'm sorry I had to tell you that, but I thought that was just horrible. She doesn't understand what she's doing, but yeah, the hatred runs.
The hell she don't.
Deep. I haven't heard from her since about 2 weeks, what she's doing, but yeah, the hatred runs deep. I haven't heard from her since about 2 weeks,
What if I
and she keeps the kids from me. She keeps the kids from me. So
I mean, maybe because you be letting your husband talk about her like a dog. Maybe that's why she said the hatred is deep. That hate is a strong word. So for Sheridan to hate Nesto, but why does it have to be hate? Because she went down to clear her name? That's That ain't hate, baby. That's smarts. You the only one sitting up here like Boo Boo the fool, not educating yourself and finding out what's going on and asking questions about what's happening with your husband. Okay, so you got the fight. You still finding stuff out through these doggone calls, because we still finding stuff out on these damn calls. I'm just saying. No, Shirley, the hatred is real. She's keeping the kids not away from you. She was keeping them kids away from Nesto. Okay. And that's your man, your husband. He lives in your house. Okay. And so if he's going to be in your house, then you want to see, then, I'm not bringing the kids over there. I'm not doing it. Okay. When your husband stop talking crap about me and when he get him some act right, then you see your kids. But the truth of the matter is, just think about it for a second. Let's just put this into perspective. Because I said to myself, well, why couldn't Shirley just go to her house and see the kids? Sheridan gets a call from the police, right? Ernest Williams has been arrested. This is what he's charged with: theft by deception, fraud, and all this other stuff, identity fraud and all kind of stuff. We found some documents in his truck with your name on it that's connected to what we believe to be a fraudulent lease. And there's about, $20-something thousand owed to the landlord of this property. And you're listed as the co-leasee. So we need you to come down to the station and explain and give us an explanation and let us know. We need to know if you were involved. Okay. I would have broke my damn neck and 2 fingernails. Okay. Not even 2 fingernails to find out what the hell going on and to clear my name, right? To let them know that ain't none of me, as Nesto likes to say, that ain't none of me, right? Now, mom gets mad because I went down to the station and now, he has some new charges that were added that probably have nothing to do with Sheridan. The charges that were added had to do with what was found on that laptop. So Nesto is blaming Sheridan at this point for the charges, the new charges that he got hit with, but they had nothing to do with Sheridan. And they had everything to do with what they found on his laptop. Anyway, and some of the other things that they found in his vehicle. So now, Mom, you're upset with me because I don't want to go to jail on account of your husband so that he doesn't get more charges added, added on him, as he likes to say, thrown on him and all of that. So you're mad with me? Okay, you know what? I need to stay away from you and him. Okay, because birds of a feather flock together. Sheridan was very smart at this particular time to distance herself from her mama, Shirley Strawberry, because Shirley was not in the right frame of mind at this point. And that's what desperation for a man does. This is not just standing by your man. This is not just supporting your husband. This is just dumb. Okay, so many red flags.
Well,
I guess she's upset. Huh?
What if I told? What if I one of the more hateful ass that's in here now that's no good and say, hey, you my wife, you don't need to pay your daughter nothing, kick her ass out. What if I one of them mean motherfuckers like that?
Oh, I know.
You see what I'm saying?
You are one of the mean mother suckers like that. You sure is. Thank you so much for the super chat. Make it rain. She said we did find out more she said we will find out more when the trial starts. Oh yeah, baby. Listen, locally, this is going to be the trial of the century. Like, YSL trial was YSL trial because it was YSL. But in terms of like the juiciness of it and the scandal of it all, and the incest of it all of that, the bigamy of it all, yeah. This hearing, especially if his children testify and Sheridan testifies, Shirley is going to really find out some things, because I still think there's a lot that she doesn't know. Thank you so much again, Queen, for the super chat, and may your gift return back to you tenfold. All right, and same to you, Country Cruiser. If I didn't bless you back, may your gifts return back to you tenfold. Shirley was playing the fool. Point. She there's no other way to describe it. Okay, listen to how he's talking. Like, you married this man? You're gonna tell me that You weren't with this man long enough to ever see him get angry and cuss and fuss, and you were willing to marry him anyway? Lord have mercy. Baby.
She'll be on the street right now if I was one of them dirty, drunk motherfuckers just smoking weed and drinking all day, fighting a wife, and I ain't doing all that shit.
Right, and I wouldn't be married to you, but yeah, you're right.
But you did marry him, Shirley. He may not be a drunk and an alcoholic, but he's basically telling you that if he wanted to, he could kick your daughter out and tell her that she can't stay there. But he made the environment so uncomfortable. Homegirl up and moved out with her 2 kids, which means that now Shirley, who was I believe was feeling guilty, had to help her with her rent. So now Shirley is paying rent for her own home, or not, because they got evicted for non-payment of rent, but she's also paying her daughter's rent. Okay. If I was one of them drunk beating on your wife and yada yada yada, she would have been out in the street. No, you ain't talking about my child like that. No, absolutely not. Yeah, well, if you were, I wouldn't have married you. But
if you did all that.
Saying, I mean, folks be in love with who they be in love with, but I ain't doing that shit. That shit
I know.
crazy.
Well, I will say this. It was wrong. She shouldn't have done it. I don't know. Somebody was in her ear,
Wow.
I think someone was in her ear telling her because she can't keep anything.
Wow.
So
someone was in her ear. Shirley, was Jesus. Okay? Listen. Jesus on that main line, tell him what you want. Jesus on that main line, tell him what you want. I'm sorry, I had to take it back to church. Yeah, it was Jesus. That's who was in her ear. Okay. Sheridan obviously has some friends that gave her some good advice. Your friends, your friends ain't crap, because either they didn't tell you what you needed to hear, or they didn't intervene, or maybe they did and you just didn't want to listen. I don't know.
She's probably scared. I think, I don't know, but she may have called a bunch of people and asked them what should she do, because she was really scared. She was very scared. She was upset, and you don't tell me what's going on, but I don't have to about my marriage. I just think she was nosy. She wanted to know what was going on. And she was like, he had my kids' names. My kids' names were on some documents.
No, facts. Hell yeah, she was being nosy. Okay. I didn't want to say it earlier because I wanted Shirley to say it first. But it wasn't just Sheridan's name on there. The kids were listed. And that, I believe, is what got Nesto in trouble. Okay. He should have never listed them kids, because they didn't have any furniture in the house. Shirley wasn't staying there. Neither was Sheridan or the kids. That was like a front, and when the landlord went to investigate, because the landlord does have a right to enter the property with notice, he didn't see any furniture. How you got kids in the house and there's no furniture? Where the kids' beds at? What, they sleeping on the floor? So yeah, she went to go be nosy. Hell, you should have went to go be nosy and find out what the hell going on. Maybe a lot of what she went through later on with all this embarrassment could have been avoided if she would have just gone down to the station with Sheridan to be nosy, okay, and find out what's going on. This is one of them times where being nosy would have been to her advantage.
So,
No, she lying.
Well, that's what the police. No, listen.
Okay.
Come on now. You're doing too much.
Wow.
Okay. You're doing too much. That's what the cops told her. They told me the same thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's their tactics. They will scare you because they want you to come in. They want to see if they can get anything. And that didn't work. I kept saying if they had anything, they would arrest you. If they had something, they would come and get you. Don't worry. You ain't got to go to them.
Wow.
Y'all heard that, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That motherfucker.
Wow. Y'all heard that, right? Shirley was telling Sheridan, you don't have to worry about it, because if they had something on you, you would have been arrested. So if they didn't, they would come and get you. So if they haven't come and get you, they don't have anything. So how is it that Shirley thought that they didn't have anything on Nesto and he was just being set the F up like he said a million times in these calls? Right? Wouldn't it also follow that if Nesto is in jail, and at this point, he's been in jail for almost 90 days and didn't get out on bond? Wouldn't Shirley say, well, you know what, they must have something because he's still locked up? I don't understand. I don't understand. And now Nesto's about to say something that's gonna piss me off. Hang on one second. Let me just make sure we don't miss that.
Wow. It's okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't that motherfucking cold blooded. Why you playing with your fucking kids like that?
I know.
I'm the one gonna take care of the kid. I'm the one who tell you and do.
I know, baby. I know. She's in her head. Something's off in her head.
No, Shirley, something's off in your head.
You know, and like I said, I believe someone had her ear. I believe
Jesus on that main line. It was Jesus. That's who was up in her ear. And if Shirley was any kind of a real Christian, Jesus would have been up in her ear too. But she too busy, you know, with the devil in one ear to hear the soft voice of the Lord. Anyway,
someone had her ear.
Wow.
And you know, when you get out, we'll get the full story. But I believe someone had her ear and was talking to her because, yeah. And you know, you better go on down there. Well, just go on down there and clear it up, or you know, whatever.
But it's so stupid. If just going down the clear and if something happened, who's gonna get her the fuck out?
Exactly.
Something happened like what, Nesto? And who was gonna get around? Not you. You can't even get your own self out. Something happened like what? What was going to happen by Sheridan going down to the police station? And she did go down there and ain't nothing happened. She went home to her kids, her babies, and your stinking behind is still in jail. Just saying.
She doesn't get that part. But
wow.
But you know, when people hear cops, you know, they get scared. And you know, I'll admit it wasn't the most comfortable situation for me, you know, especially given my status and all of that. But I'm still not going down there. And if I did, you know, a wife can't really testify against her husband, like, well, in court anyway.
Well,
but it's like, no.
That's why Shirley hurried up and get that divorce, right? I believe she wants to testify against Nesto, right? But a spouse cannot be forced to testify. So if she gets divorced from him, she could testify no problem and ain't no thing. But if she's still married to him and she chooses to testify, she doesn't have that excuse to say, well, you know, now she could say, well, listen, we ain't married, so I have to testify. If they call me to testify, I have to testify, right? She doesn't, she took that off the table so she could testify without having, you know, to feel any type of way and without Nesto being able to say, well, you know, my doggone wife testified against me. No, she hurried up and got that divorce.
I ain't gonna put you in no harm way like that.
I know you're not. And I know you're not even stupid to put yourself in that kind of a position. I know that too.
He did. He put you in that position. He put himself in that position. He did. He did, Shirley. He did. Your husband is a damn fool. He's stupid. Simple.
I know that too, but
yeah. Well, it's okay. But it's okay.
Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. God is working it out. You know, and that's what I want you to stay focused on. When you get out, you know, we'll talk about all this stuff. But, you know, I don't want it to be about her. I know what she did was wrong, and we'll deal with that. But let's concentrate on the fact that even through all that, God is still working. You know, that's where our focus has to be on the positive.
She's still saying that what her daughter did was wrong. She is still saying that. Like, you want to talk about delusional? This marriage feels like it was kind of like an idol for Shirley, right? Like, this had to be the one, no matter how many bad things he did, she's going to make every excuse for him in the world because I can't accept the fact that at this big age, you know, I done married, you know, another You know, I've gotten I've gotten into another relationship that has ended poorly, right? I've gotten with another bad guy. I've gotten with another loser. There's the word I'm looking for. All right. I don't want to accept the fact that I married a loser, right? I done got with another loser. The first man that she was ever with, first relationship she was ever in, the man was very physically abusive. And so the next relationship she was in was abusive, and then she marries Sheridyn's father, and that didn't work out. And now she's married to Nesto. I mean, she literally jumped out the fire. I mean, out the frying pan directly into the fire. But rather than admit that, she's holding on to this marriage like she was trying to hold on to that G-Wagon in that ring. And we're going to get to that call in a second.
Yeah, but I ain't no focus on that because they're going to have to apologize, and I ain't even looking for it. Sometimes you can, I mean, the people in here, false imprisonment. Oh my, I'm talking real.
Especially black people. I know
Wow.
I know that.
I've been in here 90 days. I probably went to my second appearance in 2 weeks. I'm already 2 months and a half, 3 months past my second appearance. For real.
That's okay because it's gonna work out. Everything's gonna work out. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called to His purpose. Okay.
Yeah.
All things work together for the good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good. Mm-hmm. People think they know, but they don't even know. So it's all right.
Well, they better come on with it then, because I got God on my side, and He ain't let me down yet. So I'm good.
That's right.
We good.
Yeah.
No, he ain't let you down. He just gonna leave you in jail to rot. Because you need to think about what you did. Right? Until you have a truly repentant heart, you gonna stay. Listen. Until you do right by me, everything you think about gonna fail.
We are.
Yeah. Fine.
All right, honey. Well, I'm glad you're in a better place. Like I said, God is working it out. I'm glad you're in a better place. So it's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, that's all it is. I know I probably got another week. Like I said, just cool out until the 90 days. See what's gonna happen. They don't want you ain't been indicted yet, so just hold tight, and you'll be just fine.
Okay.
So that's
all right. Well, I mean, we're on God's timing. We're on His program. Period.
That's it. You're right. Okay, love. I love you. I'll call you tomorrow if it rains.
All right, my love.
Okay.
Thank you. Love you. Bye. Bye.
I wanted to share this next call to shed some light onto the rumor of Ernesto having a side chick in Florida. This call is from September 29th, a day before the last call you just heard. Ernesto asked for pics of this woman, calls her very pretty, and as you heard in the first clip, he claims to be the first one to touch her new set, if you know what I mean.
I can't hear you.
You can or can?
Oh, now I can. I was like, what?
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. Mm-hmm.
The communication with you is less harder because I can't email.
Hello.
Yeah, so I got to figure it out.
But you can actually get mail there.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, you can get mail there. I can send you mail.
Like pictures and all that too?
Yeah, there's no Polaroid.
Okay, well, I'm good with that then. Send me the same one you sent me then. I'm good with that. Especially one with that tank top. I love that one. That's my favorite one.
Is that your favorite one?
Yeah, and the one you land in the bed, one picture in your bed.
Okay. I'm not stalking picture.
Yeah. Because you took two, but if one is out there, it's my favorite. I think the one with the glasses, you had the glasses on. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
But I love
With the short hair?
Yeah, I like that. I like all of them, to be honest with you. I like all of them. But them pictures more important to me than they got them commissary, because they feed you good. Yeah.
Right. Oh, good.
Good.
Nesto, they feed you so good. Why was you trading sausage for cereal? Sausage for cereal. Right? And was it your actual sausage that, like the one that's attached to you, that you was trading for cereal, or Nesto said, them pictures is better than that doggone commissary. You ain't got to worry about the commissary. They feed you good here. Lord, Nesto surviving on Sonia's nasty pictures.
Portions, shower better.
I'm glad you liking it over there better. That it's a better facility.
Yeah. But I will say this here. I sure miss myself some good ass pussy. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh.
Can't wait. Get that motherfucker primed up, girl. Get that muffin right.
Nesto said he missed the poontang, okay? He missed the poontang. He said, get that muffin right. Nesto, shame on you. You ain't supposed to be dipping in nobody else's poontang. Happy sunrise. We have a new wisdom ambassador. Happy sunrise. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We be kin now. Make sure y'all welcome the newest member of the Wisdom's Daughter family. Kinfolk, make sure you feel welcome. Give us a we be kin now up in the chat, because that's what we say over here. When you become a member, you become kinfolk. All right. So make Happy Sunrise feel welcome. And again, Queen, thank you so much. And may your gift return back to you tenfold. Appreciate the support. Nesto said he need her to get that muffin right. And he said it, y'all. He didn't even like sugarcoat it. He was just like, I missed that poontang. I can't say the P word. I missed that dussy.
Yeah, get that muffin right.
I'll be doing my exercises, my stretches.
Hey, I'm over here. At least I can get the pictures in my hand of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I'm excited about that part. So I gotta get me some stamps so I can write you back. So I got plenty of time to do that here. I'm trying now, but I'm glad I went through what I went through, so the communication with I enjoy the communication with me and you every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
Right.
I like that because I pass my time with. Because if I'm up all night, I can read your letters all night.
Shirley, you heard that? You heard that, Shirley? He ain't talking about your phone calls, all right? He talking about if he can't sleep at night, he can read his side chick's letters, and that's the Nunya. That's the best part of his day right now is talking all day with his side chick. I wonder whose money he was using to make these calls. Jerry Mitchell said, Nesto smells like failure and other men right about now. Yeah, nothing. Listen, many of us don't understand how so many people got conned by this man. Because would you really give your money to somebody who talks like that? Would you give your money to somebody who talks? I wouldn't. Real VB said he's always talking about someone gonna apologize. Did you apologize for turning Shirley Strawberry's life upside down? I can't stand this illiterate criminal. Facts. Okay. All right. Let's get into the rest of this, because this is the first time we didn't know who the woman in Florida was, right? We didn't, but we knew that he was talking to somebody. We didn't know if it was, somebody. There's some women out there that like to talk to men that are incarcerated. We had no idea that this was somebody that he had been messing with for 2 whole years plus before he was arrested. So she really was his side chick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I can take time to respond back.
Ah, look at you.
Yeah. I missed that part now. Because that made my time go by so quick like that. So I'm in the picture there, Lois.
I don't know. I'll send as many as I can.
Well, I don't know you. Well, yeah.
You only need 5. I mean, that's all you need. 5.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
We don't have any together, so
No, side chicks don't get pictures together, Sonya. They don't. Okay, side chicks don't get holidays. You might get Christmas Eve, but you ain't getting Christmas. All right. He might come see you on the day before or probably the day after Valentine's Day with some excuse like he was sick or something like that. You're not gonna get Thanksgiving because he's gonna be with his real family. Okay. July 4th, he might take you, somewhere on that Friday or whatever and stay in a hotel until the next morning. And then, then he gonna go be with his real family. But side chicks don't get photos. They don't get, family functions, and they don't get holidays. All right. You needed to read the side chick manual before you decided to become one.
Yeah. No, we're gonna have plenty together. Don't you worry about that shit. Don't even worry about that. All that good shit. I already know that shit coming. I'm not worrying about that. I just tell
you. He want 5 pictures because those are his insurance policy. He need 2 for himself and 3 he gonna pass out in exchange for his protection.
I appreciate you for everything. I really appreciate you. You ain't have no clue. This is a man dream, for real.
For real.
Yeah, no, for real. The picture you sent me, I love that one you in the bed now. Cause what you took two on one awkward, but one is the best.
I will send you that one and the one with the tank top.
I love that one. I like the one with the glasses with the short hair. I like that one too.
Okay.
I like the one with the big braids. I love that one too.
Oh, the braids.
Yeah, I love that one too. That shit. You're a pretty motherfucking woman now. You're very pretty. You're just unique. Got a unique style.
Like we just met though. You've known me for what, almost 2 years.
Yeah, but don't play with me.
You know, that's you.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is.
This your first time seeing me?
No, I mean I understand when you be like, man, look here, man, it's something. Just move out your way. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I understand because you got that same goddamn aura about yourself. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at you as a female. That's all.
Nesto, it wasn't an aura. It was that donut that she carry around, you know, because she has no gluteus maximus, you know, she has no muscle back there. It's just skin and bones. So it wasn't an aura, all right. It was a donut. It was a flotation like device. Okay, it was a blow up donut that she got to sit on when she come to see you for your jail visits. What when I don't know what aura you saw, but you need to get you a new crystal ball because the one you got is broken.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're a threat. Motherfuckers want to be your side. Them titties so goddamn pretty. That shit is ridiculous. Thank you for allowing me to be the first motherfucking touch them pretty motherfuckers. Thank you so very much.
That's pretty crazy.
What?
You're welcome. But you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, for real.
And I like the fact that you appreciate them.
Yeah, I do.
Money well spent.
Yeah, I do. I appreciate it.
Money well spent.
Yeah, sure do. Okay, love.
Okay. Well, call me tomorrow.
Okay, love you there, sweetheart. I thank you so very much. Keep the game up and stay out the way.
I'll stay out the way.
When that thing get hot, just pat it. That's all you got to do.
I take showers now. Thank you.
I saw that in your text. I saw that.
Right.
Yeah, so I got to take a shower. I got to take a good shower.
I got to take a shower.
You what?
Since I can't get to it.
Oh, that's all right. You're going to be just fine. Just keep working them jobs. Keep being.
Thank you for using Global Telling.
Really, Nesto? This call was September 29th, 2022. Okay. Not 3 months after he was arrested. Talking about when that thing get hot, pat it. Really? And did he tell her keep working them jaws? Is that what I heard him say? Sound like he said keep working them jaws. Listen, I don't know well, the footage is gone because Sonia's YouTube channel is gone. But she had done a live where she was like, yeah, and they was calling me stripper. And I'm like, yeah, I mentioned, I never called her a stripper. I said, I think she was an escort. Okay. And with him telling her to keep them jaws working, like what is that supposed to mean? If he said jaws, that's what it sounded like to me. Let me tell you something. The only thing Sonya would have needed some ice for is a knot on her forehead. All right. After I bust her upside her head. That's what she would have needed that ice for. Really? With another woman's husband. Okay. Yep. That's exactly why Nesto is where he is, because of Sonia's aura. Her aura messed up his case. Her aura got him to do interviews when his lawyer told him to shut his effing mouth. Her aura ostracized him from his family. And her aura cost him his good wife.
Just a note, after Nesto got transferred, the first 2 calls he made were to the woman in Florida. Over the course of these dates from September to February, he called that woman 92 times and talked for a total of roughly 32 hours. He called his wife Shirley 57 times and talked for a total of roughly 20 hours. I'm working on the rest of the calls now. There's almost 200 of them, so bear with me. But until then, here's a sneak peek into the next video.
Well, what you been doing?
Well, Ty called me today. Ty, the jewelry lady.
All right, we're going to get into that call in just a second. All right. That's part 3. And then we'll get to the call where Shirley talks about this about this truck. I want to check something in the transcript right quick. Y'all bear with me 1 second. Is the transcript here? Yeah, let's see. Show transcript. That's what I want to see. I want to check out something here. She said that Nesto called Sonya 92 times from September to February and talked to her for 32 hours. He called his wife, Shirley, only 57 times, and she was only worth talking to for 20 hours, okay? That's the man that you chose to stand by, Miss Shirley, okay? The man who would prefer to talk to his side chick. Yeah. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. All right. Y'all hold up just a second, and we're going to move expeditiously right into the next call. I still feel bad for Shirley because she was trying to be the best wife that she could be. And, you know, at the end of the day, it really depends on who raised you and how you were raised. You have some mothers who will tell their daughters, look, I don't care if he's cheating. You know, what is the Tyler Perry movie? Not The Family That Prays, but with the two sisters. Was a family reunion where the mother knew that the son-in-law was beating on one of her daughters, and she told him to deal with it, and he's got money, and you know, I don't care if he's whooping your tail, you need to do whatever you got to do to make him happy. And the other daughter told her to go to hell. This is Lynn Whitfield. Told Lynn Whitfield to go to hell. She said, I vacation there. Okay. Lynn Whitfield was no joke. She said, I vacation there. But why tell your daughter something like that? Make It Rain said, these calls need to be released during trial. You sure is right. Okay, then. Thank you so much, Queen, for the super chat, and may your gift return back to you tenfold. I believe a lot of these calls are going to be played, right? A lot of them. Happy sunrise, said, why? Happy Friday, Ale. How are you? All right. Moving on to the next call. So that was call number 2. Now we're going to listen to call number 3. You know what? This is out of order, but I think I want to go to the call about her ring and her truck. Let me just see. She talks to Ty. Yeah, let's go. We're going to go out of order, but it's okay.
I'm in the process of working on more.
Let's go on to this call next, where Shirley tells Nesto about the truck.
Investigators while trying to leave the beauty shop. She says the police are also taking her wedding ring and that her signature was on many documents, and the cops think that some of them were forged. Shirley goes on to ask why they're taking her truck and was told that it will possibly be used to pay back the victims. Take a listen to how Shirley Strawberry responds to the whole situation that played out.
How's your day going?
Well, it was going okay. The police picked up my truck today.
What truck?
What do you mean, what
You
truck?
talking about your white truck?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Why would they do that?
They said it's being used in the investigation.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they came to the salon where I was, and they waited outside for me. When I got ready to go, they blocked me in, and it was a tow truck there, a flatbed, and they put the truck on the flatbed.
What?
And they offered me a ride home, and I told them no, of course not. And thank God the lady that does my hair brought me home.
What kind of shit is that?
Well, that's what they said. They said,
Nesto, that's the kind of shit that happens when you commit crimes and you involve your wife. Okay, that's what happens, right? How you gonna buy your wife a G-Wagon for her birthday with money that you stole from somebody else. All right. Lord have mercy. That is the kind of stuff that happens when you are Ernest Nesto Williams.
I asked them, do they have any proof? I said, what are you guys doing? Why are you taking my truck? Because it's being used in an investigation. Do you have any proof? What are you talking about? Yes, we have proof. I mean, no, we don't have proof. We have probable cause. And that can lead to proof. Sheridan came. Your daughter Sheridan came in. I mean, they didn't say that right away. I'm just trying to tell you all the stuff. It's out of order. They said that, there are a lot of papers with my name on them. My signature probably has been forged.
Wait a minute. I'm confused. What you saying?
Come on, honey. Come on.
No. Hold on.
I'm confused what you're saying. Hold on. Tony, I'm confused what you're saying. What? Shh. Tony, spell out shh. Tony, you gonna make me spit my water out. Tony said, shh, right? Why is Nesto always confused when it's stuff that's very clear, cut and to the point? Okay. But this is the first time Shirley is gonna actually step up and call him out on his bull crap.
Where were you at?
I told you I was at the beauty shop, and the beauty shop is it's in Roswell. It's in Roswell, the same one I've been going to.
What?
And the same officer that arrested you was there, Officer Fields, the little white lady.
That's what it is. Wow. How did they know where your beauty salon was?
Really, Nesto?
I guess they've been following me. I don't know. I can't tell you that. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they said they were going to come and get it from over here, but it just, my car came up on the radar, the license plate, that it was in Roswell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't have a. And I said, well, what are you going to do with my truck? What does my truck have to do with this? They said it's for the victims. They needed to pay back the victims, some of the victims.
And that wasn't a red flag, Shirley? No. The fact that they came to your beauty salon, right? How did they know? How did they know where your beauty salon was? Because they probably followed her the same way they followed you. Okay. All right. And she goes to the same booty salon like every Saturday or every other Saturday. So, she was getting her hair did, listen, one thing about Shirley takes care of herself. She eats right, she exercises, she dresses phenomenally, and that hair be did. Okay, not even done. I get my hair done, Shirley get her hair did. It's a difference. But anyway, that wasn't a red flag. And Nesto sounds so fake. Wow, that's what it is. That's what is, Nesto. What? That's what is. And Shirley is a little too nonchalant for me on this doggone call. Listen to it. You would think that she was talking about going shopping and finding an abandoned lottery ticket, all right, and scratching it off and found out that she only won another lottery ticket. She's real nonchalant about something very serious about her husband.
Whoever this is.
They're lying.
They're lying.
Well, I'm just telling you what they told me, honey. I don't, I mean, I assume that, this woman is setting you up or set you up or whatever, but I assume that.
What woman? Who are you talking about? Erica King? Because Erica said that Nesto coerced her. Okay, he twisted her arms. He made her do it, right? Diddy is over here saying that mental health made him do it. Erica said Nesto made her do it.
Wow.
So that's all I can tell you is what happened to me today. And I don't have a car to drive, so. Oh, and they said they're going to get my wedding ring too.
What are you talking about?
Why do you say, when I tell you something, why do you say that? Because I'm just telling you what they told me. They said they're going to come and get it. I got it from Danielle Diamonds, and the $20,000 that she put on that, they're going to get the ring too.
Stop talking on the phone. Stop talking on the phone.
How come, Nesto? Nestos, why she gotta stop talking all of a sudden? Okay. She has been talking for a total of 4 minutes and 7 seconds, and now all of a sudden she gotta stop talking because she mentioned Daniel Diamonds, right? Could it be that? Because she didn't have to stop talking when she mentioned that they put her truck on a flatbed, right? She didn't have to stop talking when she mentioned that they're gonna take her ring and use the ring in the car to pay back victims. The minute she starts talking about Danielle Diamonds, Nesto's like, oh, Suki, they listening on them damn calls. Stop talking, stop talking, stop talking. Nesto ain't shit.
Okay.
Yeah, stop talking about that, because all that's bullshit.
That's what they told me.
If it's BS, why can't she talk about it? Right? You never chase a lie. So if it's a lie, why can't she talk about it? Or you don't want her to talk about it because you know that what she's talking about is very valid, and you don't want the police to find out about something that you was hoping that maybe they didn't find out about yet. Is that what it is? Apparently, if they're telling Shirley all this, then they know what you did last summer and the summer before that and the summer before that and the summer before that and the summer before that.
Right. I understand that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
but it wasn't a great day for me either, you know.
That was a bad day. Wow.
Yeah. So day. I mean, they let me get my stuff out. I don't know. They I just really think they're just trying to keep this investigation open in hopes that they'll find something, to keep you or something. It's like they don't have anything. They don't have anything. I know they don't.
Then what? There you go. Tony, there goes your shh. Shirley, if they don't have anything, why is this man still locked up? Huh? Riddle me that. Okay? And riddle me this. Make It Rain said Nesto was confused because he finally realized he's been caught in his BS. And the woman he chose said, I'm waiting apology. Okay. No, the woman he chose, you have to say it like Nesto. I'm waiting to hear apology, right? Apology. Okay. Are you going to apologize? Right? Because I haven't been officially charged. And that's okay. That's okay because they're gonna be asking for forgiveness later. That's okay. They're gonna be talking about, I'm so sorry. Shirley should have said, yeah. When Nesto said they took the truck. Jerry, you funny. Oh, that was funny. That was a good one.
I'm so sorry that happened to you today.
No, you ain't.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, it's just okay. There ain't nothing we can do about it. Apparently they're really after you. They think you're some sort of big, I don't know. I don't know. They,
I understand.
Yeah, they're just really trying to stick it to you. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Oh, and they mentioned the Bentley. They said something, I can't remember exactly what they said about the Bentley. They mentioned the Bentley, that was part of the investigation, my truck, because they're trying to confiscate all your assets, I guess. So they said, we're trying to pay the victims. We're trying to pay the victims.
It ain't no victim. What it is trying to hold on to your stuff. And first of all,
Nesto, there's got to be some victims because who are the police talking to, right? Sheridan was a victim, right? Shirley eventually realizes she's a victim. Okay. No, because there ain't no victims. So there's no victims. They're just trying to hold on to Shirley Strawberry's stuff. For what purpose? Why would, if there's no victims, If there's no, first of all, no victim, no crime, right? A crime has to be committed against the victim, right? So no victim, no crime. So obviously, crimes have been, they have investigated crimes that have been committed. There are victims, many victims actually. But why would they be holding on to Shirley Strawberry's stuff? And why is she not asking these questions? Somebody who said they would have. Wigs and Mumble Sauce said I would have been cussing his ass out. Okay, somebody else said they would have opened up a can on him.
I'm not gonna talk on the phone because they listening to everything you say.
Now he's not gonna talk.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that, and I know what it is. So I'm not finna get all in. I'm not gonna talk on the phone.
Yeah. Okay.
But I understand what you're saying. Wow. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened.
Yeah. I know. It's okay. It's okay.
No, it ain't.
Boy, look at here. Wow.
Boy, look at here. What you laughing at, Nesto? This ain't the time for laughing. What you laughing at? That little nervous laugh that he does. Boy, look at, because he don't know what to say. He did not want his wife to find out about all of this. Okay? Shirley was an easy con. If somebody's gonna con you, make them work for it. Shirley just gave it up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. It just hurts my heart that they think you're some sort of monster. You don't know who he is. You don't know who he is.
What?
Yeah. It's like they keep adding charges and adding charges, adding,
Because Nesto kept committing crimes and committing crimes and committing crimes. And who Nesto is the man responsible for your G-Wagon being on the back of a tow truck. Okay? That's who Nesto is. All right. You got my G-Wagon that you gave me for my birthday. That's like a $250,000 vehicle if it's purchased brand new. I don't believe it was brand new when he purchased it, but I'm just saying. Shirley, you sure know how to pick them.
The longer you're in there, the more charges they add.
Right.
The more stuff they find.
They have to do that to keep me. Add and take off, add and take off, add and take off.
Yeah.
That's what they've been doing. And then when they get in the courtroom, it gets so confusing. Wow. Damn. I can imagine how that was with all them folks around you like that. Wow.
Yeah. But
Dang.
I just faced it head on. It's like nothing I could do.
What a day today for you.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's nothing I could do about it.
Jerry Mitchell, what a day today for you. I would have hung up at that point. That line would have been click. Jerry said, I wonder if Shirley would have considered, I'm sorry, I'm reading this wrong. I wonder if Shirley would be considered a victim for restitution. Not that the victims will get much if much of any money know-how, right? I don't think she would get restitution. Well, I guess she would have to sue him in civil court, maybe, but sue him for what? He doesn't have anything. He said, "What a day! What a bad day this was for you." Just, it's so fake. It is so fake. What a bad day this was for you. It's just giving fake. Kia is giving fake.
Wow.
I just came out and said, "What is going on here?" Because they had the police car backed and blocking me in. I couldn't get out. Even if I wanted to get out, I couldn't get out.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay then.
Okay then.
And they said, "Oh, we'll take you home. We'll give you a ride home. Where you live with Tasha and they said all that."
What?
What?
Yeah. Well, it's just like, yeah, they're just really trying to discredit you. You have no idea who your husband is, who you're married to. I told them, I said, the person you're talking about is not the man I'm married to. Oh, you have no idea who your husband is. And, just trying to discredit you and, and just, you know,
I understand. I
yeah,
get it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They always try to pretend like they're your friends. So,
Oh,
so you tell
yeah.
them, they think, slip up and tell them stuff.
Wow.
Well, you can sit down and talk to us, but get a lawyer and come and sit down and talk to us.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
But it's
Uh,
like, why would I do that when you all are trying to make him out to be some kind of monster? You know?
wow. Well, my life. My life.
Yeah. And mine.
Oh man, I tell you.
This man said, "My life." If that is not an indication of how selfish Nesto is, how self centered he is, never once, other than he said, "Well, I'm so sorry that happened to you." No, I'm so sorry that I did this to you, right? I'm so sorry that you end up having to go through this because of my drama. No accountability whatsoever. And Shirley just lets them off the hook. No, because everybody's jealous. And jealous of what? Shirley, now you know nobody wanted your husband except for one person, one Sonya Durham, right? She wanted your husband. But other than that, nobody wanted no mush mouth, stinking, lying, conning ass Nesto. Okay? Nobody. Just saying. I'm just saying.
I tell you. Damn, it seems like this shit is a movie to me. It's just unreal.
Hello.
I
Like,
know. I know, but it's like, I get what you're saying about the past. They're trying to, just because, you did time in the past, people change all the time. People change. They're trying to hold you, for the mistakes you made when you were young. That's not right, and it's not fair. It's just not right.
No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No, Shirley. That's what you thought. That's what you thought, but not in Nesto's case. That does not apply to Nasty Nesto. It damn sure don't. Sorry. And Shirley should have known better getting with a man with a criminal past, being that she was on a certain level. You don't understand what I'm saying? Somebody like Sonya has a criminal past. So if she got with somebody like Nesto, I mean, one jailbird to another, but not somebody that's classy and graceful. Shirley Strawberry really tarnished her image because of her not getting out of this sooner, not being honest about what was going on in her relationship. And not you got to tell everybody your business, but a lot of people looking at her. Look, I mean, we're talking about it now. Like, damn, you must be real stupid. You must be real slow. Like, how did this man do so much? What was it? I mean, is he really that good in bed? I mean, was he hitting Shirley with the liquid V? Like, listen, I don't know. I do not know. Nesto must have like heroin on his Peter.
Right. You know,
no, it ain't. No, it's not.
they're trying to make it seem like I'm some unsuspecting wife that doesn't know, that her husband is, this terrible person.
What?
Because you are. You kind of are, Shirley. You were. You really were.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I feel
Damn.
so sad.
I just feel sad that that shit embarrassing. All of that.
Yep.
You know, I'm just wow.
It's embarrassing, humiliating. It's everything. Well, everybody that's, I guess, ever been in your circle, they've contacted.
What?
Yeah, I think so. They've contacted a lot of people. because when they did the story, they put out if you know him or whatever, if you know anything about this case, call us or contact us, and people contacted them. They said,
Oh, okay, well that's fine.
yeah,
Because I don't. Yeah, I mean
huh?
everybody know me, so hey, everybody think I got money because they told me I took $1 million. I don't know where I'm gonna take $1 million from. That
Yeah,
don't
and
make no sense.
you don't have no $1 million in the bank. You don't have no $1 million lifestyle. We don't even have a house anymore.
Mm.
So what I'm saying is that all that's fine.
Baby, Shirley said you ain't got $1 million. You ain't even got a house no more. Okay. So that was the first indication that we got. Wait a minute, they don't have a house anymore. Yeah, they homeless. Okay. No place to go. Shirley's credit was so shot she couldn't even just up and get another apartment. And here, Ale said, "Brokey, brokey." But here in Atlanta, it's not difficult to find a place to live. In New York City, you have to pay first and last month's rent and then a month equivalent security deposit. So, like, if you're renting a spot, a studio, like a 1-bedroom studio for like 2,000 a month, which is it's probably a lot more than that now. It's probably like 2,500 for a studio, but you got a little studio apartment, a little hole in the wall spot. You're gonna pay 6,000 to move in, first and last month's rent, plus the $2,000 security. Not so in the South, and definitely not in Georgia. Your security deposit might be $500, and then you pay like your application fee and you can move right on in and get a key. All right. And those of you who are in the metro Atlanta area, I just got an alert that there are severe thunderstorms. All right. And listen, this lightning over here likes to strike the ground. It likes to strike the ground in the same spot twice. So if y'all out here in the streets, y'all be careful. Anyway, let's keep going. She said we don't have a house to live in.
They
Damn,
say
Shirley.
anything to get to you, but I'm not gonna let them get to me. So
No, I just don't. I just don't know what's coming up.
well,
But God
Shirley, you don't want to know. You don't want to know.
does, and I trust Him. That's all I can say.
After this conversation, Ernesto immediately calls the woman in Florida to tell her about everything that happened. He goes on to call her 3 more times that day before he talks to Shirley again on the following day. Be on the lookout for the next video, which will include Shirley and Ernesto talking about Steve Harvey and his wife Marjorie. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it.
Thank you so very much. Phone calls from prison. All right, so we got one last call to review, and this one is a little bit longer, so I will make less frequent stops. This is part 3. Okay, it says Shirley Strawberry
Since
spills all the tea. So I believe this is the call where Shirley goes off on her daughter, but we gonna listen together and figure it out. All right. Cue it up where it needs to be.
That I will be including in this video. For now, here's how the cashier check situation played out between Shirley and Ernesto.
what you been doing?
Well, Ty called me today. Ty, the jewelry lady.
Yeah.
Somebody called her to say that the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring.
What?
Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, the cashier's check that you wrote to get my ring over a year and so ago, that was written off her account, and you stole $250,000 from her, and she needs that receipt and a copy of the check or something. She was telling Ty. So Ty says she's not giving her anything unless she has like a court order or something. She told her that you're in jail. Ty knows that you're in jail, but I didn't confirm or deny it. And anyway, now they're calling. They're still.
Who's calling?
I don't know who it was. I don't know who
it was. The real estate agent. You know who it was. It was Gail Bickham. Yeah, you took almost 200, a little over $200,000 from this lady. Okay, another beautiful, smart, educated woman who got by Nesto. That's going to be a separate. That'll be a separate live. We're going to do a live just to talk about that particular victim, because she, as far as we know, in terms of the money that was stolen from her, is female anyways, the highest. I mean, Charleston White, I think, claimed that Nesto took $1 million from him or something like that. But in terms of just regular everyday victims, she was victimized the most monetarily.
She didn't say, she said she wrote the lady's name down, but she didn't have it because she thought it was a scam. And then she said that an officer from Rosewall Police Department called her as well and said that if it's not legit, I'll have to give my ring back and all that. And I said, well, if I have to give it back, I have to give it back. But, whatever.
They're still trying to get at me for nothing.
Yeah. And then I talked to Lamont, and he said something about there's a woman that they have. He doesn't know her name, and she's a snitch, and she's trying to set you up or, something like that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's how my day's been.
That's today?
Yeah, this happened earlier today. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I said a few days before you get your court date, they're still trying to do something.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Wow.
So I guess they don't have anything. So what they do have, in terms of cases, they're trying to, get something out of that.
Wow.
Yeah. So now they call Ty, another big mouth in town.
Wow. And none of that stuff is true.
Shirley, does Ty the Driller know that you was bad-mouthing her like this? Baby. So Shirley done fell out with her hairdresser, Panay. She done fell out with Ty the Jeweler, calling her big mouth. You done pushed away, maybe 1/4 of your friends, good friend, close friends, for this ratchet, rabbit ass nickel.
True. Wow.
Well, yeah. I just said, well, I don't know what's going on. I just, played dumb. I just said, I don't know what's going on. I never confirmed or denied why you're in jail. She didn't seem to be too interested in that. She just said she thought it was a scam. She said, don't worry, I didn't give up any of your information, but I wanted to tell her they have it anyway. They've had my information.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're still trying.
They're still trying to find something on me. Ain't got nothing on me. Wow.
Yeah.
As I mentioned before, it seems like Shirley is standing by her man and believes what he says. Meanwhile, Ernesto and the woman in Florida continue to talk a lot. In this call, you will hear how this woman is seemingly hung up on Nesto. Near the end, you will also hear Ernesto potentially
phone calls from prison. Is that supposed to be Sonya? Is that supposed to be Sonya? That's funny, y'all. Double check and make sure that y'all have liked the video. If you haven't already done so, just pop out of the live chat. Hit the thumbs up for me, and then you can pop right back, and I promise you won't miss anything. Promise you won't miss anything. Chi-Town says Steve Harvey had a lot to do with why she stayed so long with this dude. Thanks, Steve. Ooh, she's spilling that TT. Real VB says, how can anyone snitch on you if you didn't do anything wrong? According to Nesto, they lying. They lying on him. I know they lying. All right. So we're jumping into what looks like another call within this call.
admit to something scandalous pertaining to a box.
Okay, player.
Go ahead on with that shit. Go ahead.
God, Nesto, you already know. I was thinking about your ass today, and I was just like, I did not want to be here, but I'm here, and it's all your fault because I told you.
I don't know what that means. Tell me what that means. I don't know what that means.
Oh, my God.
Shit.
Oh, my God. You understand. I have never been so fucking... All right, well, let me explain something to you about me.
Yeah, do that. I got time.
I be so good with keeping my shit locked and just, like, one point where I don't have to deal emotionally with nobody, right? Where if you in my life, if you, I'm not faded, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never whined or cried or missed or none of that shit. Bye, see you later, But damn, I'm all mostly fucked up here. What is that about?
All right, why is that though? I me. I'm trying to figure out what you're saying. Just say what you're gonna say.
What I'm saying is, I don't.
Because you could be around the bush.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm stressing the situation on two levels. I'm stressing the fact.
Come on.
I'm stressing the fact that you're locked up already. Because I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And then, so when you're going through it, I'm going through it. Because, I'm going through it. So, yeah, and then, I think because how this situation came about, that we were friends, and, I just didn't really have, because it was, like, I was able to stop myself because I would just avoid you. And I would just feel myself falling and getting all emotionally caught up. I would just like avoid you and be like, I'm good now, I'm good. As long as I don't really see him, because he's talking every day. So as long as I don't see him, I'm good. I can keep the distance, emotional distance from him, you know what I'm saying? Because he got that situation. So it was like, don't like get off. Remember that conversation we had on the bus? And I was like, we cannot, because this shit is just, not a free agent. So now, my speaking clear, or you get
right? We get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? We get what you're saying. He was not a free agent. He had a wife, right? Not a girlfriend, not another side chick, not somebody he was just talking to or sleeping with. He had a whole wife. Okay. Sonia would not know anything or the first thing about marriage because she was married before, but it was only for 4 months. She didn't last 4 months in her marriage before her husband was running for the hills. So what respect would she have for somebody else's husband?
Right. But you get what I'm saying, right?
No, because you keep talking in riddles. Like you say, I talk. You keep talking in riddles. Just say what you got to say.
I'm saying it. I just thought I said it. I've been in a relationship, but I've always had my guard up. I've never, ever, whenever I had to break up with somebody or they broke up with me, I was just never say it. I was just next, on to the next situation. It was just nothing to me.
Okay. What's the problem here?
So, man, I feel like, like how when I was fucking 17, I didn't know no better, and I slipped up and, openly liked somebody. And I date people, they always say I don't have any feelings and I'm cold, right? Because I'm able to just like bounce and not cry about it, not think about it, not mourn it, just be like, bye. Don't call me. I won't call you. We're good. I'm not mad. He cheated. Whatever he did, you know what I'm saying? We're good,
I need you to come on with this. I need you to come on. Come on now.
If you have the power to emotionally affect me, I'm not comfortable with that because I've never, ever.
But I ain't got no power over you. So
Nesto, Ernest.
Yeah, but I'm saying I ain't got no power over you. I ain't got no power. I just keep it real. That's it.
Listen. It's you have the ability to affect me emotionally. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know how. I just keep it real.
If we stop talking, listen. If we stop talking tomorrow, I will be very hurt. I will be very pressed. I will be like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to work. That type of shit. That's not me.
So what you're saying is that if y'all stop talking tomorrow, you will be depressed. Is that what you're saying? Not depressed. She will be depressed, right? You're gonna be depressed. Is that what you're saying? You're gonna curl up in your bed and like not shower for like 4 weeks and just not eat anything just because you don't get to talk to Nesto. Sonia must be losing her damn mind with this fast. We're gonna have to get these text messages and find out if she cracked, and if we're gonna see Sonia messages with no reply from Nesto.
I don't do that.
Okay, well, guess what? That ain't gonna happen because guess what? I'm being like for a long time. Get ready for that shit. So certain shit. No, that's what I was saying now. Because you beat around the bitch, I'm gonna come on with mine. See,
I'm not beating my voice. I'm saying it like it's terrifying.
But it ain't terrifying. It's okay. It's okay to have somebody. I ain't gonna let you down. You can believe that shit. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I know how to.
If you can do that, I will be at ease. Because the thing of it is, if you're always honest and respectful, I can deal with you.
Yeah, I'm.
Because when I don't know or I get surprised on some shit, where it's gonna be a problem.
Well, you
No.
was gonna get surprised on a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just saying that. And if you're looking for an honest man, you don't want a Nesto. Mm-mm. Anybody but a Nesto. I'll take the garbage man over a Nesto. Okay. I will take the homeless man on a park bench over a Nesto.
All you gotta do is ask me. I'm gonna see. I don't give a damn how rough it is, 'cause it ain't that, man. Hey, motherfuckers ain't dead. Their legs ain't getting cut off. You ain't blind. That's bad. You see what I'm saying? Yeah,
Same with
some basic life shit. That ain't nothing. It gonna be yes or no. Fuck it. 'Cause
Right.
we passed that trying to scheme and scam, trying to figure out if you're gonna keep these folks on your side, if you tell them the truth or not. I passed that shit. If you're with it, you ain't. That's basically it. That's the only way you're gonna be cut and dry. So you ain't gotta worry
Right.
about that shit.
So I don't know.
Well, I will say this right here. I do understand
Mm.
how you feel.
Do you?
I have been there before. When you into somebody, you into somebody. You really, really, it's a certain person you into.
Mm-hmm.
I've felt that before. I do understand that part. And then the disappointing that if they don't give you that same feeling back, it's a
Mm.
irritating feeling. Yeah. So don't worry about that feeling, because that feeling was there for you and got started. Open up your box.
Mm, 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 mm.
Whatever. You know, you got so much game.
Last but certainly
Open up your box. Woo, it's the gaslighting for me.
not least, it's time to hear Shirley Strawberry like you've probably never heard her before. It seems to me she's not holding back and just spills everything all out to Ernesto.
But this is what I was trying to wait till you got home before I just told you everything. Everything. I only told you like bits and pieces of what's going on. Remember yesterday when you said that someone's in her ear?
Right.
I believe it's Panay. We all think it's Panay.
Uh-huh.
And because she's like, the days before my birthday when I went over there to get my hair done,
Uh-huh.
she sat down and was like, so are you going to tell me what's going on with you and that stuff like that, right? You heard me, right?
Yeah, I heard you.
And so I said, no, I'm not. And so she said, well, why not? She's talking to me just like this. I said, because it's none of your business. Well, what do you mean? Everybody's been asking me about it, and I've heard anyway. And I said, everybody like who? Joe and Marlon and Miles. That's what she was saying to me. So I said, well, they know how to call me, you know. And anybody did that, like Sheridan called all around and told everybody, you know.
Right. Right.
So, so then I said, you know, if anybody wants to know anything, they're feel free to call me, but that's my business, and you know, that's my business. And so then she had an attack right there in front of me.
What kind of attack?
I don't mean to laugh at that part about it, but and so, you know, I guess because, you know, I wasn't having it. It was just so, I just hate it. You know, it's like, you know, my mama, what are you talking about? You know, you're not in my business like that.
Wow.
What are you doing? Yeah, it was really bad. You know, so then she had an attack and I was like, oh my God, are you okay? You know, that was just, I guess, to make me feel sorry for her or whatever.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
You see, this is exactly why Shirley Strawberry ended up having to do a whole apology letter on Steve Harvey's morning show for talking about him and his wife, because she, you know, she be talking about people behind their back. Happy Sunrise has gifted a membership to Ale. Congrats, you have been gifted. Welcome officially to the Wisdom's Daughter family, because we be kin now. Throw it up in the chat. We be kin now. Welcome our newest Wisdom Ambassador. You've been gifted. You've got a 30-day free membership. I hope that you enjoy that membership and that you will want to continue beyond the 30 days. There are a lot of things and receipts and stuff and some juicy things up in the membership. So go ahead and enjoy. And thank you so much. Happy Sunrise. May your gift return back to you tenfold. So yeah, Shirley liked talking crap about people behind their back, you know. Maybe you might want to consider not doing that, okay? Especially when your man is a criminal, because Shirley, not in this call, but there's another call where she admits that Nesto had been arrested like 4 times during their 8-year marriage, plus this time. So you know your husband be doing things, right? You know he has a past. You know that he gets locked up. You know, all of a sudden he just gone for a week, 2 weeks. Shirley knew what was up. You know, Shirley Strawberry didn't look for Nesto. You Side hen is over here calling the hospitals, calling the jails. All right. She was driving up and down Shirley's her Instagram page in her scooter. All right. Looking for some Nesto. She even blew a tire looking for some Nesto. Any sign or a post about Nesto. And when she saw Shirley celebrating her birthday and with the grandkids and dancing, she was like, oh, he ain't there. He must be in jail. Shirley did not look for this man at all. Shirley's a little shady, right? And I'm going to tell you something. I believe that it was Steve Harvey's wife. Dang, what's her name? Not Margaret. Her name is on the tip of my tongue. Y'all help me out. What is his wife's name? Dang it. Why did it just slip my mind? See, now I got to go look it up. What is Steve Harvey's wife's name? Anyway, I believe it was his wife that was like, she needs to apologize right now. Okay. Marjorie, doggone it, Marjorie. Okay. Thank y'all. I swear it was on the tip of my tongue. Marjorie, right? I think it was Marjorie that was like, you gonna let her talk about us like that? Talk about me like that? Talk about I look at them like they're the help. No, she got to apologize. Okay, she want to do the strawberry letter. How about she is the strawberry letter? I bet, I would be willing to bet, okay, that it was Marjorie that came up with that idea. Steve did not, he couldn't even say it right. You know, we I'm gonna give you out the title of the next show. I didn't know I was gonna be my own strawberry letter. Marjorie came up with that mess. It had to be a woman. All right. Only a woman that was scorned and pissed off would require another woman, and not just any woman, but the woman that was talking about her and her husband, to have to now humble herself on his show and apologize and spill all the tea. You want to talk about people? I'm going to make you tell all your business on the radio live so everybody can hear it, since you like to talk about people so damn much. I promise you that was Marjorie.
So anyway, so then after that happened, when I left out, she said, well, let me know what you're going to do for my birthday, for your birthday. And I said, okay. So I never called her or anything to tell her, you know, what we were doing, because quite frankly, I didn't know what we were doing at that time. I didn't know Debbie was in, and, you know, and all of that. And I didn't know anything. And I was just like, you know, trying to make it, you know what I'm saying?
Why is it that Shirley Strawberry don't never know nothing? She don't never know what the hell going on. You know, I didn't know. I didn't know, you know, Debbie was going to be, I just didn't know. I don't know. She just don't never know nothing. Ale says Shirley you said she didn't see him out because she was probably used to Nesto's stray feral cat ways. She didn't see him out. I guess like I know what you're trying to say. Yeah, she didn't get on his case because she's used to that kind of behavior. She definitely is. And that's why she put up with it. You see how Marjorie responded to the shenanigans, right? Steve Harvey had to let his co-host know, you're going to have to come on the show tomorrow and apologize. And the theme is, I didn't know I was going to be my own strawberry letter. You the next strawberry letter. It's going to be you. All right? That's what a real boss does. But Shirley she wants to have a life like Marjorie. She wanted not Marjorie's life per se, but she wanted that life, the high life. But you have to be willing to say what you need to say to your husband face to face. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You got to be able to call a spade, not turning the other cheek and acting like you got half a brain. Ale said, it's fun and engaging. Glad to be here. We are glad to have you, and I'm so glad that that you got gifted, Queen. All right, let's keep going because it gets worse.
I'm saying,
Right. You're going through a
trying
difficult
to
time.
do, huh?
You're going through a difficult time.
Yeah, exactly. So she had her attack, and I said, well, what do you want? Do you need me to call the hospital? You call somebody, are you okay? And then she settled down. I'm okay. Over after an attack, and from a second stroke, it just comes and goes like that.
Wow.
It was just really weird. So anyway.
Shirley, you ain't got no business making fun of somebody else's health issues when you had all of this tomfoolery going down in your own household. Okay, let me just remind y'all, this is October 22nd. Shirley has separated with Nesto around March of 2022. So by the time Nesto got incarcerated, they were separated. That's why she didn't go to look for him. Look for him for what? He hadn't been coming home. He was out there doing what he's doing. So she was like, you know what? The hell with it. We done lost the house. We don't have any place to stay anyway. I believe they were officially evicted, I want to say in March. And then they still had all the arrears for the rent to pay. So look for him for what reason? But you got all of this drama going on, and you talking about the woman that she's acting like she's faking a stroke. Like, who does that? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you recurring strokes, it just come on like that, Shirley. You best hope that you didn't have you need to be prayerful and thankful that you didn't have a stroke with all of this stuff you was going on with Nesto. But anyway, this is one of these times when it's not a proud moment for her. It's not. I could tolerate the talking bad about Steve Harvey because whatever, it is what it is. But this right here, she's talking about one of her friends. But then again, Steve Harvey was supposed to be a good close friend too. Whatever.
Okay, so now my birthday, right? So
Okay.
she posted on everything, it's my birthday and all of this. She never once called me, never gave me a gift, never did any of that. She and Tracy, so I know she's called all around. She's told everyone. I know she has because, Tracy, she's told everybody what's happening. So anyway, so this girl that was going into business with Ronald now, this Asian lady, I got some things. See, what was wrong was I went to her birthday party and Sheridan and the kids were there. I told you that. And I never once let on that I was going through anything or, they were all marveling at the fact that how I looked, and Panay was like telling my age and, I didn't ask her, so she was doing all of that with the people, and I was like, yeah, that's how old I am. They said, you haven't had any work there on your face, and I said, no, this is just what it is. So anyway, they were like, oh, you look great. So then after that, I came for my hair, and then she was talking about, because I didn't tip her. So, it's just been so much stuff. So then that's when Sheridan stopped speaking to me. She would never come by. She would never bring the kids by. And she stopped stopped answering my calls. So that's when I believe Panay was telling her, don't talk to her. You better get away from all of that, and you better go down there and talk to them because they keep calling you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so she's blaming it on Panay, okay? Because she's like, remember when you said somebody was in her ear? And I'm saying to myself, but Shirley, Nesto didn't say somebody was in Sheridan's ear. You said that. But whatever. Now she's blaming it on Panay. So it's Panay's fault. Shirley is one of those types of people that's real big and bad behind the scenes. Behind closed doors, she got a whole lot to say. All right. But up front, close and personal, nose to nose, forehead to forehead, quiet as a mouse. Ain't got nothing to say.
I'm not going to put all the blame on her, but I believe because, Sheridan's not stupid, but I believe she has something to do with it. That's all I'm saying. I believe she encouraged it.
Oh,
And, and then I gave her this stuff for her birthday, and this lady from this Asian lady that Ronald found the lady. So Tosh and I were getting some pieces from her because the pieces were nice and she wasn't charging us a lot of money. So now, come to find out, today we find out that Panay has linked up with this lady. And now the lady stopped talking to us, and now she's getting all her clothes and stuff from this lady.
For real?
For real. This
For
just
real?
happened today. So I just been
Wow.
thanking God I just been thanking God all day because, for revealing it to me. Now, you've been saying it, I got that, but now I really see it for myself. And it just, that really, it just, I'm like, well, dang, I have never done anything to her, anything. Not one thing to her, but help her in every single way that I could. But it's
No, Shirley, you talk bad. You're talking about the woman like a dog. You can't say you ain't done nothing. And God was talking to you. That's what God was revealing to you. All of this time, you finally, Tony. Wow. Shh. After all this time, God has finally spoken to you, and you just now getting it figured out. Shirley has not figured out anything. I don't know what God thought she was listening to. Okay. But no, baby. Maybe Shirley needed to take herself to church, like actually walk into the building and speak with an actual priest or a pastor or somebody, a deacon, a deaconess, the prayer team, something. Okay. Because God was definitely God's trying to tell you something. God was trying to tell her something, but she was not listening to anybody but stupid old Nesto. Talking about, I haven't done anything to her. So Shirley had a clothing business, okay? She had a candle business. She was trying to write books. None of the businesses besides radio, and that wasn't really a business, that was more her job because she didn't own the radio station. None of the businesses that Shirley attempted ever amounted to anything. Nesto was making fun of her candles and having a kiki with his side chick about how she took a picture in the ambulance, and he was telling her, like, somebody was telling her she needed to take them pictures down. All right. He was making fun of her little clothing business. And honestly, the clothes that Shirley had, I mean, if she was modeling what she was selling, they were fierce. That didn't pan out. Well, I guess they wouldn't pan out if, Panay stole her vendor. And of course, the vendor's not going to want to work with Shirley Strawberry, after finding out that, she's married to a felon, right? Then she was trying to get a website for the business, and somebody was being spiteful and stole the website. You would think that her husband, who was supposed to be such a good businessman, would be able to help her, but no, he was too busy clowning her while she was so busy clowning her friends, while her friends were busy probably laughing at her while she's standing beside a damn clown. You see how that worked?
like she wants everything. She's trying to undermine me with Sheridan, like pretend like she's her mom and all that. Sheridan, doesn't hardly talk to me, only when rent time comes, especially since this happened. She didn't before, but, we'll talk about, the rest of it, when you get out and stuff. Cause I know, but you're saying you don't like to talk about stuff on the phone.
Well, I know, but that ain't fair. That's really just your day-to-day life. Go ahead.
Yeah, but
he don't want to talk about anything pertaining to major stuff that he did that he don't want the prosecution to find out about. That's when he gonna tell you to stop talking. Stop talking. Mm-hmm.
It's some more, just some unanswered questions. Anyway,
okay,
so
I got you.
yeah. So anyway, so that's what I've been dealing with, and it's like really. It's just terrible.
You're talking about the lady that came to you, that talked, the lady that met.
Yes, her.
And she wanted to go on business with y'all and all that.
Yes.
She was going to do all that, the store and everything.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Now
yes,
she
yes.
over there with her. She over there
It
with
was
her. That's
her.
what I'm telling you.
Wow.
She over there with Renee.
How
Yes,
y'all found
yes.
that out? How y'all found that
We
out?
saw it on video. The Lord revealed it to me. I'm telling you, and I showed it to Tasha.
Oh man, I know Tasha wanted to go fight already.
Oh,
Lord have mercy. So they saw it on video. They saw a video with Sheridan with Panay. Now it couldn't have just been that Sheridan was going to Panay's to get her hair done, because Panay was and still is Shirley Strawberry's hairdresser, right? Or at least Shirley Strawberry still goes to the salon or to support her daughter. I don't know if she's actually getting her hair done there, but anyway, that's who Sheridan was over there with. But the Lord revealed it to Shirley, okay, that Sheridan, she over there with her, yes, her. She over there with Panay, her. So the Lord didn't reveal to you that you married a scamming con artist, okay? That you married a lying, cheating man, that you married a man who would declare that he didn't really love you. The Lord didn't reveal none of that. The Lord didn't reveal that your husband had a whole side chick. Now, the Lord probably revealed that part, but I think she just kind of ignored that, as long as the bills was getting paid, and she probably didn't realize it was being paid with her money, because Nesto didn't really have any money, right? Anyway.
yeah, yeah, she did. She absolutely did. She absolutely did. So yeah, it's like, okay, because I've been really thinking about that Asian lady lately, because I was like, I wonder what's up with her, because we hadn't heard from her anything, what's going on with all of that, and so now we know what's going on with it. Now we know. She's over there with her, so I put them in the enemy category. You're my enemy because you're just trying to bring me down. And see, and the reason I didn't, when we first were getting ready to move, and I said, well, if it takes a little longer, I could stay with Panay or I could stay with Sheridan. Panay, and I asked her, she said it was fine. They were preparing. Then one day she said,
whoa. Wait a minute. So you got evicted from your last place. So you currently don't have a place to stay. Nesto's probably feeding you the BS about a new house taking a little bit longer than you expected, and you figured you could just stay with Panay or stay with Sheridan. So Shirley Strawberry had nowhere to go. She would have had to stay either with her hairdresser or her daughter, that she has now declared is her enemy, okay, because they don't like her husband. Wow, who makes their child their enemy? You're supposed to love your children through and through. Now, granted, you may not support their shenanigans and if they're, doing wrong and committing crimes out here, but still, you are supposed to love your children regardless, not make them or declare them to be your enemy because they got a problem with your husband. That's whack.
you can come, but Nesto's not welcome here. He's not welcome.
And that's hell no, he ain't welcome. Everybody got that cousin or uncle or relative, that thieving cousin or thieving uncle that you can invite to the barbecue, but don't have him in your house, right? He come in the house first thing he want to know where the bathroom at. What you mean? What you been here like how many times? Why are you asking where the bathroom at? And then he asking where the bathroom at, but he's going down the hallway where there ain't no bathrooms. Like what? No, where you going? The bathroom's over here, bruh. That way, down this hallway. Oh, okay then. No, I wouldn't want Nesto around my kids either, or in my house. Not at all. I told you I believe that Nesto actually did something inappropriate to Sheridan. And if you go on my channel, just kind of scroll down towards the bottom, you'll see an expose that I did on him where I had gotten some information from someone close to the family that he allegedly touched, I have to say allegedly touched Sheridan in an inappropriate way. And after that, she was like, I'm done. Okay. Everybody got that nasty uncle. All right. You over there trying to cook dinner. You know how some homes have a kitchen island and the island is not that much space between the island and the stove. And so if you standing there trying to cook and somebody's trying to pass by you, right? you should pass by that person with your back to that person, right? So worst case scenario, the backsides, kind of cross paths. But you got some nasty people that know exactly what they're doing, okay? And they want to slide up behind you so they can rub on you a little bit as they go past. Nasty Nesto for a reason. Anyway.
But anyway.
I said the same thing. I said, well, he wasn't coming, and I never mentioned him. I said, I didn't say he was coming. I just said it was me. Well, he's not welcome. So then when I called Sheridan, and Sheridan said, you can come, Mom, but your husband is not welcome. They
You
both
damn
said
right.
the same thing.
Wow.
So then
you damn right.
I was in a hotel. That's how I ended up in the hotel. Because remember, you said I'm grateful. You said I'm so glad that you said I could be with, you could stay with Panay or Sheridan. That helps. That takes some pressure off me for right now. Remember, you told me that.
I did.
Nesto told her, I'm glad that you can stay with your friend or your daughter because that'll take some of the pressure off of me right now. You low life dirty dog. You got your wife evicted from that house and had no backup plan, didn't have a place and a space for your wife. Where was Nesto staying at this time? I'm just curious. Who was he staying with? We never found out who Nesto was with. He had to have been laying his head somewhere, right? Prior to him getting arrested. We know where Shirley was, but she just said that particular night because Sheridan gave her the mean curve and said, you can come, but not your husband. You can stay, but he can't. No, he cannot stay here. You can stay. I ain't having that nasty Nesto is not welcome here. So she ended up staying in a hotel. Can you imagine? Like, just process that for a second. Shirley Strawberry was literally homeless. Okay? Homeless without a pot to piss in. Co-host of the Steve Harvey Morning Show is homeless. How's that for a headline?
Say that. So, I did say that.
Yeah, but I never said what they said because it was just so mean and nasty, so ugly to me. And so I just said, okay. So I just said, well, I'll just be in a hotel. It's not going to be that long. And then when Sheridan said that, I said, well, it's so funny that they both said the same thing. But then you turn around, Panay, and want me to tell you what's going on with my husband. You don't like him. You said he was not welcome at your house. So why would I sit down and tell you anything about what's going on? And she told Sheridan, your mother's being mean to me. I said, how am I being mean? Yes. How am I being mean? I left some stuff at Panay's. I asked Sheridan to go over there and get it. Well, no, Mommy, I'm not going over there because I don't want to get in the middle of it. And Panay told her if I wanted it to come and get it. No, that's okay. You can have it. I don't need it. I have someone else that's way better than you doing my hair now anyway. So,
wow.
Yeah, so that's what's been going on. That's the little petty, mess that's been going on, the hater mess. I'm saying this woman wants my life. She wants my life,
yes,
and
yeah.
She wants my life. It's something going on. She wants you.
No, that ain't how that go. That ain't what it is, Shirley. I guarantee you, Panay did not want your life. Panay was trying to help you get your life. She was trying to help you save your life. She was trying to help you save your relationship with your daughter. But the last thing she wanted was your life. Remember, you ain't have a pot to piss in. You had nowhere to go. And at the time of this call, October 2022, she is still sleeping in a friend's back room on an air mattress with no furniture. Who wants your life? I've been to Panay's booty salon and it's beautiful. I mean, really beautiful. Like, a lot of times we walk into white establishments and we are so amazed by how well it's decorated, smells nice, the layout, very professional looking, right? We go to African American businesses a lot of the times and not so much, right? The outside of the beauty salon looks like in the Caribbean, they call it a veranda, right? We would call it a patio or porch, but in the Caribbean, they call it a veranda. So on the veranda, she had these beautiful, like, flowing drapes, and it was so serene. And then you go inside, and it's just, it was such a calmness inside. The place was beautiful. It was all white on white with a variety of decorative different pictures of Panay and some other women and decorative art. And I mean, the place was gorgeous, right? No, Panay don't want your life. Nobody wants your life. Not even your daughter wants your life. Nesto didn't want your life either. He's over here trying to make a life with Sonya, the side chick. Yeah, because he likes chickens.
You something. Do what you're trying to get Sheridan, and I think Sheridan's over it. I think Sheridan's gone. I have to treat her now like an enemy because I'm your mother, and no matter what,
That's
you
true.
know, how you gonna
That's true.
yeah, how you gonna pick someone else over me? That's crazy. Even if we do have our situations, you don't go with no one else over me. And she went down there and she told me last week when we were going at it about this rent, I don't care about anybody but me and my kids. And that's what that meant. I figured everything out now. That's what that meant. She doesn't care about anybody but her and her kids. And she and Panay, Panay's gonna let her.
Shirley, I'm sorry, because I said I wasn't gonna make too many stops. And I'm gonna try not to make too many more so we can get through this. But Shirley, ma'am, that's what a mother is supposed to do. That's what your mother should have done for you. And that's what you were supposed to do for your daughter. Real talk. She said, I don't care nobody. I don't care about anybody but myself and my kids, right? If that means that I have to put you on the back burner, my kids come first, right? My kids can't do anything without me. So I have to put me first. And I'm not putting anybody, let alone a man, before my kids, right? Shirley could have taken her daughter's advice, because what you did is put a man that already had a criminal record that you knew about. You didn't know all of it, but you knew that he had been in jail before and that he had done a bid, right? A bid is not like I just got arrested, okay? A bid, you know what a bid is. I mean, he did time. He did some time, okay? You chose that. And you chose a man who has consistently, the only thing that Nesto has been consistent with his entire life, besides committing crimes, is doing time, being in jail, getting arrested. So you chose the con artist, the ex-con / felon, over your own kid. And then you wonder why you're in the situation that you're in. So yeah, somebody made a comment about Shirley's mom, and I agree with you. I don't think she learned much from her mom. I don't know what kind of relationship that they had, but what I do know is that Shirley Strawberry was out living her life for the most part and working a lot, especially at night. And so Sheridyn spent a lot of time with her grandmother. And for a long time, Sheridyn was primarily raised by her grandmother while Shirley was doing Shirley. Okay, now obviously she had to work, but Shirley Strawberry wasn't really there for her daughter. Sheridyn's mom is really grandmama, right? Big mama, whatever she calls her. So Shirley doesn't know how to have a relationship with her daughter. Now that Nesto is out of the way and that Sheridyn is a little bit older, I think they have a better relationship than ever. And I say that because when we went to see if we could get an interview with Panay and talk to her, and we were on the phone with Panay, Sheridyn came out the back. We didn't even know that she was there. I knew somebody was there, but I didn't know that it was actually Sheridyn. I didn't even recognize her until I was already walking out the door, and I was like, oh. But she came to her mother's defense. She did for Shirley what Shirley never did for Sheridyn. Sheridyn, that's a real one.
Do her nail polish and lipstick, put that in her salon and all of that stuff. So you all go ahead and do all of that together, because somebody almost hit somebody. I'm not having any parts of it. I'm done. The Lord has revealed to me, those are your enemies. They are not your friends. They are not your, but
Oh my God.
but because, yeah, really, it's like, you're going through what you're going through, and then I'm going through this mess, you know? So,
Wow.
yeah, it's really, it's really something. And I'm cool because I know in my heart I have not done anything but try to help them. That's
true.
all.
It's true. It's true.
Sheridan, I've taken care of you. You tried to destroy me every single way you could. You tried to destroy me. Now you got a restraining order out on my husband. So that ain't just for him. That's for me too. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
No. Why? Did Shirley ever take the time to ask her daughter why she felt the need to get a restraining order against Nesto? Don't you think she had a very good reason? You only get a restraining order against someone when you're either afraid of that person, that they are going to do you harm, you're afraid for your life, or you're being harassed and stalked. That's why you get a restraining order. When you are afraid for your life, you're being harassed or stalked. So your daughter got a restraining order against your husband. Don't you want to know why? Right? If anything, I'm going to be asking my husband, why she got a restraining order? What did you do? Right? What did you do? Why did she have a restraining order? Have y'all seen Tyler Perry's movie I Can Do Bad by Myself? Right? Where the little girl was in the kitchen and Taraji's living boyfriend at the time was all up on her inappropriately. And in I guess he was like the handyman, homeless guy that was, from the church, and she was housing him, giving him a place to stay. And he saw what was going on and got the dude off of the girl and told Taraji, right? Y'all seen the movie. You know what Taraji did, right? Taraji lit her up a cigarette, okay? Let me run a bath for you, baby. Let me run that bath for you. Ran her man a hot bath, right? Okay. And then she got that radio. Okay, not a radio. She got that radio. She held it in her hand, right? And she said, "You want to tell me what happened?" And he's like, "No, baby. These kids. She was up all on me and whatnot. And did Taraji not throw that radio up in that bathtub? And dude was like, Zzz, okay, and kicked his behind on up out the house. That's what a real mama does. All right, love that movie. Anyway, this is one of those times where I wanted to say Shirley ain't shit. Just saying.
And then everything that she tried to do, and that's why she was laying so low and not talking and all that, because she didn't know what we knew. She still doesn't know.
Right.
She knows that Tasha knows she went and talked to the police, but she doesn't know what I know, because I told her I wanted to talk to her, and she was like, "Well, what do you need to talk to me about?" And and all of that, and just on and on. So she knows, but I haven't talked to her yet. I went ahead and paid her rent, but I'm gonna have a conversation with her when you get out, because I want the facts. I want to know exactly what she said to them.
Okay, well, there ain't no problem. It's on the police report, so that's
no, I know.
Why Nesto voice is so high? Well, probably because it's on the police report. So Shirley gonna ask her daughter questions, but not her husband. Funny.
I know, but I'm saying I want her to know that I know what I'm talking about, so she could stop lying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So she could stop so much of this lying. But she got somebody like Tanae encouraging her, and all of this stuff. And a website that Tanae got for me for my candles, she went and bought that website, so I can't even use that anymore. She went and bought it. It's unavailable now.
Sheridan bought the website, so her mama couldn't get it. That's messed up, Sheridan. But you know what? Kudos to you.
All of a sudden. All of a sudden. Yeah, all of a sudden now, but it's okay. It's okay.
Wow.
I don't even need any of that. Yeah, I don't even need any of that. It's okay.
No, you don't.
But yeah, this is what she's doing. This is what she's been doing. This is what she's been doing, saying I'm being mean to her. And Sheridan called all around. She called Miles. She called his mama. She called I think she called Joe. She called Marlon. Everybody. And to Sherry, Miles' mom's credit, my girlfriend in New York.
Yeah, you just had a.
She called me two days in a row. After this all came out. She just said, Shirley, I'm just checking on you. She never said, and she never mentioned your name. She never said what was going on. She never said anything. She just said, I'm just checking on you. Are you okay? And I said, yes, Sherry, I'm fine. I'm doing okay. And she called me again. And she asked me, the same thing. And that's when I know. I said, okay, she called her too. So they're just in their little circle, talking about me and figuring out what I'm doing and trying to, blah, 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 all of that stuff. That's what they've been doing.
Wow. Dang.
Yeah.
But they ain't got nothing going on.
But there's nothing right. But it's like I believe now that you all want to try to take me down, but that's not going to happen. But I'm just saying I believe now that they want something bad to happen, or they're happy, because I used to know when Panay was going through it, it's almost like she felt like, well, why am I not going through stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why is your life so great? I felt like that. She never said anything, but I just always felt that from her, and it probably made me feel guilty a little bit and to want to help her more or something. You know what I'm saying?
Shirley wanted to help Panay. Shirley, 5 evictions, you wasn't helping nobody. Okay. You applied for the COVID rent program, right? For financial hardship, even though Nesto claimed on this truck application that you were making $25,000 a month. Yeah. And your rent was $2,500 a month. So what is that? 10% of your income? Most people's rent is like 30% of their income. It shouldn't be that way, but I'm just saying. So who was you helping with bad credit, 5 evictions, okay, garnishments, a COVID scandal, your husband in and out of jail, and your relationship with your daughter is all screwed up. So who was you helping again? I'll wait. No, actually, no, I won't.
So anyway,
well, whatever your decision is, I'm with whatever the bad to the good. I always told you that. I might not like it, but I always went with it.
Oh no, I know you didn't want me to be friends with her again, and I just forgave her and said, life is short, let's go. But she's mad at me because I didn't tell her my business. You ain't supposed to be in my marriage anyway. Sheridan either. Why are y'all in my marriage? Why are you in my marriage? Just deal with me.
Right.
I never asked you one time, could he come over there? Well, he's not welcome. I've never said, I took care of you and your son. I never said you're not welcome. I never said that.
But she was in our house begging.
Yeah.
She was begging me to help her and her little problems.
Exactly.
Well,
Debbie has her on tape following you around that house. when you were saying, well, I'm trying to get away from her. Thank you. Excuse me. When you were saying you were trying to get away from her, Debbie has you on tape.
Damn, Debbie, you took a tape of Sheridan running behind Nesto or chasing after him or whatever she was supposed to be doing. Like, wow, these people in their cameras. Where was all of this energy for Nesto? That's all I'm saying, because we just heard 2 calls where she was very compliant. She's talking about Job. Well, you have to keep the faith. It's all about the faith. It's like Job. Where was this energy? You got all this energy for your daughter. Where was this energy for Nesto? She didn't even have this energy when she told him that she was she was tired of the jail stuff, right? She had a little bit of energy, but it wasn't like this. It definitely wasn't like this. Where was this energy when she found out that Nesto told the lawyer not to talk to her? Where was that energy? Anyway.
Her on tape following you around.
Golly.
It's like these women are just really jealous. They're jealous and they're haters. Even my own child, she can't see it. She cannot see it.
No, she can't see it. She got all
she can't see it.
Wow.
Yeah, but she can't see it. She's upset with me. It's like, man.
But it's like she always
Look here, Sheridan saw right through Nesto. Shirley was blind. Sheridan saw right through this nut.
Share with you, and I never could understand why though.
And it's not just because you coming into my life, because she was like that before. She was lying. She had the baby before.
Right.
I mean, while I was married to you. But
I forgave her for all that. I don't understand why she didn't want to grow up and just, she know how Panay is. She know how this. I don't understand her. I can't even.
She got invested in both worlds. She got a stepdad that would do anything for her. Go all the way out to bed, and the kids. Got a mama who can make her love her to death. I'm confused. I'm really confused, but I gotta stop being confused.
Yeah, because I'm not confused. I said I'm not confused at all. I'm really not. I'm not. One thing I'm not is confused about what's happening. What's happening? I may have been, love her too much or trusting her too much, but I'm definitely not confused because this is wrong. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. I haven't done anything to them but try to help them. But haters don't need a reason to hate.
Was you laying in the bed when you saw the video?
What?
No, I think I had just come from. I think I was just about to get up, or I just come from walking or something. When I saw the video with
Shirley missed it. That went over her head. That was Nesto's attempt at being a little freaky deaky with his wife. All right, that was his attempt to, he must have thought he was talking to Sonya for a second. I think that's what it was. He had a moment of temporary forgetfulness. This is your wife, not your side chick. You don't talk to your wife about what she be doing in the bed. Yeah, well, was you in the bed when you was watching it? Really, Nesto? Nesto thinking about that poontang.
her in that suit, yeah, in the thing.
That's what I'm
the
talking
first one, yes, because I had just gotten up, and then Tosh went on it and found the one with the Japanese lady or the Asian lady in it. She found that one.
So you know how she got the girl information, right?
Huh?
You know how she got the girl information, right? The Chinese lady.
Well, how?
Because when she came and brought the baby to your opening to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's what she got. She got up under. She got up under.
She did. You saw that?
Yeah, so I'm talking to
you. Okay. Because I don't remember telling her that. Okay, good. Okay, good. I'm glad because I thought that was the only way. I didn't know. I didn't remember telling her where she was or any of that stuff.
No, you didn't. I sit back and watch. I'm looking at everybody. I
yeah.
See how she push up on them. They talk. They change numbers and all that. That's how she was talking about this.
Oh, they changed numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
They changed numbers. That's what happened. That's how she got.
Okay. Well,
the lady information.
And she went down. She went down there. She went down there to that lady's store. She got all the clothes. But that one particular jacket, that was one that we were planning. She put aside for us, and she gave it to her. Okay, now the other thing is, when she went to that march, she probably went downstairs to talk to Ty, and that's what Ty. Maybe I don't know, but maybe.
Right.
She probably, if she did, she probably told. Yeah. But anyway, that's what happened. I'm just saying. Yeah.
She did.
But isn't that something though? Yeah.
Yes,
I know.
Well, you're going through it, ain't you?
Well, I'm not going through what you're going through or what Tommy went through. So I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
Okay.
But I'm just glad to know. I'm glad to know it wasn't me because I didn't think I gave her that number, but I couldn't figure out any other way how she got it.
That's how she got it.
But they were.
Right there watching.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
you
sense.
ain't had nothing to do with that. You down your business.
Yeah.
You pushed up on the phone and you just, hey, Prata. I said to myself, I don't want to talk to man. Guess what? They rode me in your car to go back to the shop, and I was nice to him.
I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
She said she didn't want me to be in her house. Man, if I would have known all that.
In her house.
See what I'm talking about?
Right. She didn't want you in her house. Right. You commit crimes. I don't want you in my house either. All right. I don't even know how Shirley even understands Nesto.
No.
Yeah,
I know.
She's nice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Only because my wife say be nice. Be nice, honey.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah. You got me hard now, cause other than that, I'd be going ham on for real. Well,
it's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, it's you shocked me today. Whew, it's another.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I feel like you got so much to deal with. I don't want to tell you all this stuff. I don't want you worrying about me. I don't want you worrying or nothing. And it's a lot that's going on. It's like for no reason these people are coming for me. I ain't done nothing to none of them. But try to help them. Ain't that crazy, though?
No, it's true though. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're so right now.
None of them folks. Yeah, none of them folks. Yeah.
What wrong with
me?
What he had to say when he found out about that? Y'all ain't heard from the Chinese at all?
Because I see they had their grand opening on Saturday and she was nowhere to be found and she knew about it. And I called her and said, we missed you. But she was at Panay's thing the next day.
Wow. This the same lady came over running the house. Is that the
Yes,
same lady?
That we spent money. We spent so much money with her. We spent so much money with her.
That's the one we're talking about. Her husband had took the money from, and all she was shooting game then. Golly, shooting LA game. Wow,
Yeah.
she put it on in, boy. Wow.
But she gonna find out. She gonna find out that she chose wrong. That she chose wrong.
Wow. Wow.
Shirley, did Sheridan ever find out that she chose wrong? Or is it that you found out that you chose wrong? You see how Shirley had to eat some of her words, right? She's always quoting God and Jesus and whatnot, talking about. I heard you best be real careful talking about what you heard from the Lord and what the Lord said, and the Lord didn't say that. Okay, I think Shirley just putting the Lord in it because it makes it sound more official. But Sheridan was doing just fine. So who found out? Who effed around and found out? I think that would be one Shirley Strawberry. I'm just saying. And yeah, where's the comment about Michael? Where is it about Michael Duncan? So before she was with Michael Strawberry, Shirley Strawberry was with another man named Michael. And honestly, from what we've learned, this man, no man is perfect, but this man loved her. And at the time that they were together, Shirley Strawberry had landed the position with Steve Harvey in Los Angeles, and she was doing her. She was doing her. She had no time for a relationship. Okay. And, it just kind of, he was like, well, I can't compete with your radio show. So like, it's Steve Harvey or it's me. Shirley chose the money. All right. I bet you she wish she would have stayed with Michael now. I cannot find the comment with his name. So the person who left the comment, I see it now. Michael Clark Duncan. I couldn't remember his last name, but I knew his name was Michael. I wonder if she regrets not being with Michael now. I'm just saying. But anyway, she has a whole lot of energy for her daughter. And you want to talk about hate? It sounds like she's hating on her own daughter, talking about her daughter is jealous of her and this, that, and the third. This did not make Shirley look good at all.
Hey, when you be telling she in the hospital, I'm pray for her, be saying myself, all right then.
but you can be that like that, and you've had 2 strokes, and you still want people to feel sorry for you and stuff.
Man.
Nope. Yeah. No. And that's the only reason I helped her. But I don't regret helping her because, I don't regret it. That I don't regret.
At that moment, you felt, you need to do what you need to do. And it's okay. We passed that now. You know what I'm saying?
Nesto loves this. He loves the fact that Sheridan is not there because Sheridan would have been the one to tell her mom, but look, this man ain't no good. Green Mile. Tony said, Green Mile. Dead man walking here. Dead man walking. Green Mile. Yeah, I love that movie. And Nesto just might be a dead man walking. I don't know. Zenso said, wow, I never knew he hooked up with Omarosa. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know she's kicking herself now. Of all the men that she dated, that was the one I believe she was supposed to be with. Now, granted, she ended up with Michael Strawberry and ended up having Sheridan. But what I'm saying is that was the only decent relationship that she had. Because if I'm not mistaken, Michael Strawberry was committing crimes. He has, I don't know what he did. I don't remember now, but he has the rap sheet. So Shirley has a history of dating abusive, whether it's verbal, physical, emotional. Okay, gaslighting is emotional abuse. And for those of you who are not aware, if you've ever been with a man who gaslit you, especially on an ongoing basis, that's emotional abuse. Okay. Constantly telling you it's one thing when it's really another. And gaslighting is not exactly the same as lying, but it's more so a way of, especially when you're picking up on something and when they feel like you're getting to the truth, they kind of steer you in the wrong direction and make you feel like you're the crazy one, right? Oh, every time I do something, you think I'm cheating, when in fact they really are cheating. That's gaslighting, right? And Nesto was gaslighting the hell out of her. Oh, Michael was in the Green Mile. Okay. Well, okay then. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that movie. Okay. Wow. Okay, he was in Friday, my favorite movie. Now I know who you're talking about because I couldn't remember what he looked like. What's going on, Tony B? So, and Zenso said he was also a cop. That's right. It's all coming back to me now. All right, we almost done. We're a little bit over the 2 hour mark, but we got literally just 1 more minute. So I'm gonna let it play uninterrupted.
It's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Okay. But you know, and
Yeah, I'm not.
she make you feel like you the only friend she got.
You have 1 minute remaining.
Exactly. But that's, that's part of the game too, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm still going to be me. I just don't have to be me around them. We're getting ready to, it's getting ready to be over with.
I'll call you after I get out of court. I love you.
All right, love. I love you too.
All right, bye.
I was surprised to hear Shirley speak like this, since in all the other calls I've listened to so far, she's been mild and even tempered. I feel like Ernesto almost urged Shirley to speak about Sheridan instead of trying to stop her from doing so. I've already listened to many more calls and can't wait to bring them to you. I hope you will tune into the next one. Also,
and PCFP, we sure will. Shirley said, I'm still going to be me. I just may not be me around them. So you still gonna be you, meaning you still gonna talk about people behind their back, because that has consequences, as she very well learned. And Nesto seemed to be enjoying the fact that she was basically beefing with her daughter. And as PCFP said, never once did he stop her and say, don't talk about your daughter like that. That's not nice. Now, when Shirley was going to a funeral and was bad mouthing the person that had passed away, Nesto said, no, you should go. Don't if that was your friend, you should definitely go. But he didn't come to Sheridan's aid. I am Mrs. BB. Thank you so much, Queen, for the super sticker. I appreciate you very, very much and your continued support. Okay, this is one of our loyal supporters and members of the Wisdom's Daughter family. May your gift return back to you tenfold, and may you be blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, the woman he chose is pretty sad. It's definitely pretty sad. Tony said he was in the Players Club too. Punch Ice Cube in the head. See, now I got to go back and watch all these movies. I got to go back and watch Friday, The Green Mile, and I got to go back and watch the Players Club. So too bad you can't do watch parties on YouTube. That would have been nice, but or maybe you can, but you just can't monetize. I'm gonna figure it out. I've been figuring. I've been like Sonya on this. I'm gonna do it Monday. But there are platforms where you can kind of do watch parties. And so I'm going to have to educate myself on a platform somebody told me about and figure out how I can do it. Is his last name Duncan or Clark? I think his last name is Duncan. I think so. But someone wrote it out in the chat. The full name was Michael Clark Duncan. Okay. And that's interesting because Shirley's maiden name is Clark. So very, very interesting there. But so we got to see another side of Shirley that we don't often see on these calls. And again, a lot of us, when we heard it, we was like, Shirley Strawberry, like, what are you doing? She had a moment of temporary insanity. I mean, talking about her daughter like a dog while defending her scamming, scheming, lying husband. Like, if only she knew. And you know what? Her daughter forgave her for all of that because they made up. Even with all that talking she was doing. Now, I don't know if Sheridan has ever listened to this call with Shirley bad-mouthing her like that, but yeah. At least that's a fun idea. Absolutely. I'm definitely going to look into it. I love doing watch parties, so we're going to have to figure out how we can do that. We might be able to do it over on Patreon. We'll see. And so I have information coming about. I had to start a Patreon. And what I'm going to do is anytime I have something really juicy or really exclusive, I'm going to end up putting it over on Patreon because people are taking my content from my members only, and it's happened before. and sending it around, and that's a no-no. That's a no-no. If there's something in there that you want to use, you can email me, but it's the people or person that has been doing it maliciously. And so now, if they want to get that stuff, they're not paying no $4.99 and $2.99. Now they're gonna really pay for it. Okay. So anyway, so there'll be more to come on that. The Senso said that was an odd couple, in my opinion. They were. They were. I can see Nesto with a Sonya. She's another one that's kind of gullible, but she's gullible for a different reason, you know. But Shirley had no business being with this dude. I mean, he really truly marked her. And this call, yeah, this is one of those calls where it made you feel like Shirley deserved everything that she got. Michael Clark Duncan. Oh, he was in 2.5 Men also. Okay, so he was in everybody's movie. Okay then. Well, okay then. Well, listen, y'all, we are at the 2 hour 35 minute mark, and so this has been so much fun. Thank you, Wisdom family, for joining the live, for coming on. Shout out again to those of you who are in the bushes who stayed on. I appreciate all of you, all the new subscribers, all those who became members, those who gifted memberships, and those who gifted super chats. I appreciate all of you very much. And Duncan and Omarosa were engaged before he passed away is another comment that came up. So, all right, y'all, again, this has been fun. Make sure you guys join me back on the channel. We will probably be live on tomorrow night. Just look out for the notification, and you already know the time is 8 o'clock. So y'all know what to do, right? Wisdom family, do y'all know how this go? Be safe, be at peace, and keep your eyes and your ears to these YouTube streets, baby. And y'all already know I will see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.